Put on your cult robes. Say hello to your best friend Thavius. Get your hands on the cuddliest Van Thamper you can get your hands on. It's time for another episode of Roll20 Presents Dungeons and Dragons, Baldur's Gate, Descent into Avernus.
Point of order.
Yeah.
Cuddliest Van Thamper?
Yeah, just like snuggle up to whatever Van Thamper you got handy.
I would like to snuggle up to Thirstwell only to steal his sandwich and then run away.
It's a disgusting sandwich, though. It's like anchovies or something.
You don't think I would eat an anchovy paste mayonnaise sandwich? Because I would.
Anchovies evidently have a lot of like.
Anchovies are great. They're great. They're good for you.
I feel like I learned that that's just incorrect from Futurama.
I'm trying to remember a time I ever ate anchovies, and I think I can only think of times I've eaten sardines.
No. You eat anchovies every time you have a real Caesar salad dressing.
I don't eat a lot of Caesar salads, so.
Well, then you're stupid.
Touche, coming out strong in favor of Caesar salads. Anybody have a counterpoint? Counterpoint. Caesar salads suck. Can we get a
wow?
Anybody? Counterpoint?
I feel like Brutus has some very sharp opinions about Caesar. We're not talking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, why do they call it that? Why is that salad called? I'm gonna look it up. Why is it called a Caesar salad?
Because you stab it a bunch of times.
Because you seize the day when you eat it.
No, that's not. No.
It would be called a carpe salad.
Yeah, but it doesn't have carpet. It has anchovies. We just figured that out.
Oh, that's probably the thing they ran into. That's why they're confused.
Chat's like slads are dangerous. Yeah.
So evidently, the Caesar salad is not named after Julius Caesar. It's named after Italian-American restaurateur Caesar Cardini, who invented it. Get this. In Tijuana, Mexico. He owned a restaurant in Tijuana that was built to attract Americans frustrated by prohibition. So you'd go down to Tijuana, you'd hang out with Caesar Cardini, you'd eat his magical salad, and you'd just get fucked up wasted, and then you'd come on home.
So you just eat Caesar salad and get slammed like that?
I don't think it was the salad that got you wasted.
No, it's both. Originally, though, it was called the aviator salad, and no one knows why. Perfect, good. Thank you for coming, everybody. That's been your weird trivia.
It was called the aviator salad because you wear aviator sunglasses when you eat it, so that you don't look super drunk from all the Prohibition era booze that you're sneaking. Right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. I just figured it out. Crack the code.
Here you go, Caesar salad.
So Caesar salads are Mexican food.
Yeah, Caesar salads are Mexican. They're Italian-American Mexican food invented during the Prohibition. So the people would have something to eat in Tijuana while they got wasted at this guy's restaurant.
I don't know that a salad would be good drunk food.
Well, it's got all that bread in it. That's what the croutons are for.
I mean, but like croutons aren't an integral part of Caesar salad.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
Not really.
I highly disagree.
No way.
Caesar salad has to have croutons.
I just don't think a salad is good drunk food.
Well, not any given salad. You're not going to eat like a Greek salad while you're all wasted. You're not going to like slam a bunch of ouzo and be like, man, I need some olives and some feta cheese in me right now.
I bet you a bunch of Greek.
If I slammed a bunch of ouzo, I would want literally anything.
Anything.
Be like, oh, salad better than ouzo.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not debating whether or not eating a salad is better than drinking a bunch of ouzo, which it is. It's definitely better in every conceivable. It's whether or not when
your
drunk.
Goal is to get fucked up, in which case.
Right, a Caesar salad's not going to get you wasted, but yeah, okay, good. Well, now we know. Now we know where Caesar salads come from. I think the croutons are an important part of the Caesar salad. I think if somebody brought me a Caesar salad at a restaurant with no croutons, I'd probably be like, what kind of weird ass Caesar salad is this?
This is only but a mere
I mean, I just think when you're defining what a Caesar salad is, the croutons are optional.
No way. No, I think they're integral to the Caesar salad.
I do not agree. I went to culinary school, so my opinion is law.
Okay. All right.
Let's see.
Well, so what is integral to the Caesar salad? Simply the dressing?
I would say what makes a Caesar salad a salad is one, the salad. So you have the romaine.
Just the whole salad.
The salad part is the lettuces, right? And I think romaine is integral to the Caesar part of the salad.
So the ingredients?
It's the dressing. So the dressing is a particular type of dressing, which I think is like anchovies, lemon, and peppercorn.
So like the Van Thampers, apparently in the Cardini family, inventors of the Caesar salad, there was some internal rivalry.
Oh,
so,
shit.
According to Rosa Cardini, the original Caesar salad, unlike Alex's aviator salad, which was later renamed to the Caesar salad, did not contain anchovy. The anchovy flavor comes from the sauce. Cardini was opposed to using anchovies.
No, but you said the anchovy flavor comes from the sauce. You don't have to have actual anchovies, but there are anchovies in the dressing.
So the main ingredients in a Caesar salad are romaine lettuce, croutons, Parmesan cheese, and then all the other bullshit.
Second on the list.
Second on the list.
There you go.
I do also like, though, answering your original question about Caesar salad, place of origin, Mexico. So yes, whether or not you put croutons in your Caesar salad, it's undeniable. Caesar salad is Mexican food.
We did it.
We did it.
Yes, Caesar salad has anchovies. Just look up what Caesar dressing is.
Unless it's an aviator salad, in which case it doesn't. It just has anchovies in the sauce.
No, it still has anchovies in the sauce, which is part of the salad.
What Caesar salad related business have
Yeah, has anybody done anything besides talked about a Caesar salad, or is that all?
Yeah,
I just thought I'd maybe try and segue that to something else.
I'm sorry.
Did you know?
Mm-hmm.
I learned about what anchovies are from playing RuneScape. And anchovies were added to RuneScape on the 11th of June, 2001.
Are you just reading the internet right now?
They heal 1 hit point.
So anchovies.
Googling the Wikipedia article about anchovies.
Yeah.
Anchovies are to RuneScape what Goodberry is to Dungeons and Dragons. So you cast Goodberry, but instead of berries, you conjure anchovies.
No, you fish them. There's a fishing skill. You need 15 fishing. I don't even need to look at that to know that. Okay,
but
I know this.
But aren't anchovies tiny? Aren't they little? Or am I thinking of sardines again?
Tiny.
Yeah, you catch them with a net.
So
catch them with a net.
Anchovies are little.
It's not a fishing rod. It's a net fishing one.
You know now that when you finally come into the room, wherever the Duke Van Thamper is, she's going to be in the middle of yelling at a cultist for daring to bring her a Caesar salad with no croutons. How dare you! Slapping it out of his hands as he weeps in fear.
Oh, man.
In my personal news for this weekend,
please.
I was part of a clandestine Wild Elven council meeting in the darkness of the woods, with lights on the table, creating illumination on our faces and nothing else. Just a circle table in the woods with representatives of the various Wild Elven tribes from the LARP that I play. That's
epic.
Fucking awesome.
And elves don't believe in walls or roofs.
Well,
they just have their cool meetings.
Why bother?
Fair. We're elves. What need we for roofs or walls?
But it was fucking cool.
That's cool. What was your clandestine meeting about?
It was mostly about the atrocities that my tribe, aka me, had committed against another tribe and how that was bad.
Is this an elf?
We killed a bunch of wild elven children of one of the other clans, but they're all necromancers, so screw them.
They can just bring the kids back. It's fine.
Yeah, that was fine.
If you bring a child back,
it was basically mostly about how I had fucked up. So,
right, so it was more of a punitive hearing than
it was kind of a trial. Yeah.
Nice. So Elf, imagine we're all standing at a round table in the woods. I'm sorry, we have to have an intervention about
your evil.
Your evilness.
That's pretty much it.
I had speaking of evilness, I had a revelation when I was looking through the new Eberron book about alignment.
A revelation.
Yeah, so alignment in most settings, most Dungeons and Dragons settings, alignment is a God-given inborn thing, you are born evil. Because in the Eberron book, it says, unlike other settings, people in Eberron change alignment a lot, and it's not based on the gods, it's based on their own requirements. So that means that evil things in this game, like for example kobolds, they're just flat out evil. It's fine, you can just get rid of them, don't worry about it. Yeah.
Wow. You had to say kobolds.
I did choose kobolds specifically. Yes,
specifically to target me. I see how it is.
So have you decided to come back from your evil ways? Did you rejoin the goodly wood elves? Was there frolicking?
Well, see, here's the thing, Adam. This wasn't a trial about good or evil. This was a trial about wild elven law, and those wild elves were not protected by the wild elven law. So I could eat them for breakfast every day, and nobody would have anything.
So why the need for the hearing if you can do evil things to these non-people cast-outs?
Well, look, they had heard disturbing rumors about my behavior, and then I cleared it up and everything was fine.
Yeah, you're good now. Okay. All right. So they had just heard things and they were worried. Maybe you're going a little too hard on the evil.
Yeah, they were
business.
like, maybe you should make peace with this other tribe and like you guys could like work it out. And the guy who's representing them was like, yes, I have no ill will towards them. I would like to work it out. And I went, no, you're necromancer scum. All of you die forever. Until you're all gone, I will never stop killing you. And that was the end of the meeting. So
good, fantastic.
It's good.
I'm glad.
It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, Blue Jay, you were gonna say something about necromancy, I think, before I cut you off. Did you have a thought that you'd like to include as our resident expert on whether or not necromancy is evil?
I was just talking about like if you raise a child from the dead, does like the time that they were spent, being dead count against their like growth? Like, so what if you leave a kid in the basement using gentle repose for like a long time?
Okay.
Would they be like they're actually 7, but they look like they're 5 because they spent 2 of their years like being dead? Or
I think you just pick up where you left off.
Yeah, that was
well, you're dead.
You don't develop at all.
So is it basically like Forgotten Realms, like cryogenics? If you kill someone and just like put them on ice, as it were.
Yeah.
Because gentle repose, like, can you cast that over and over again?
The question becomes legally then, if you're if you're born, you live to be like 4 or 5. There's a horrible accident, you die, but you're gentle reposed until your parents can. 10 years, 15 years later, they can finally afford, they've saved up all their money, they can finally afford to unfreeze you. They bring you back to life. Are you now legally allowed to vote and buy alcohol? And can someone marry you with the communion spell? Which we all know is the metric by which all other things are judged in Dungeons and Dragons.
God damn it.
It's like, how old is Philip J. Fry?
Exactly, right? Yeah. Chronological lived age. If you time travel, you don't change in age. Like if I went forward in time 1,000 years, I'm not going to be 1,036. I'm still 36. So like, I think legally, but then you legally count based on your birthday. So yeah, Fry would be like 1,000 and whatever. So
it's the problems of the system. That's the real problem with time travel. It makes working out your birthday really difficult. None of the other stuff about like collapsing the universe into a singularity.
Yeah. None of that other stuff.
Yeah, none of that stuff matters. It's just this stuff. Yeah, the birthday stuff.
I'm sorry, sir. I know it says in your ID that you've traveled back in time from the year 4000, but you have to be at least 21 to be able to buy this whiskey, and it says here you're not born yet and won't be for several thousand years. Sorry.
I was gonna say, it says here on your identification that you are minus 6,700. Yeah. So I think that makes you not.
But I need that wild turkey. I want to get drunk and eat a Caesar salad. They're extinct where I'm from. All the anchovies have died. I've come 6,000 years into the past.
There are no croutons in the future.
Oh my God. I want a t-shirt that just says there's no croutons in the future. We've never done merch before. Let's do a t-shirt.
Yeah, then we'll just put a crouton.
Roll20 presents
that we do as merch after all this time.
After all this, that's the thing. Yeah, it's not the characters. Right. It's not any. It's just a t-shirt that says there's no croutons in the future.
I don't think that's relevant.
Yeah,
I vote nay on that.
Fair.
It's my quote, so I'm biased. So
okay, I do like it though. Yeah, that and crocodile-shaped backpacks. That's right. We had briefly discussed crocodile-shaped backpacks as merch with a little hood shaped like a crocodile head.
Yeah,
you just put it on.
Yeah, carrying a crocodile around the world.
Perfect. Yeah, as is our destiny.
Because you're a stupid human.
Yeah, stupid humans. What have we done? Yep. Fantastic. Well, I'm glad that you got through your hearing and you weren't sent to elf jail, which would be really easy to escape from because elves don't believe in walls.
Yeah, it's not like walls are. It would have been a summary execution, but like whatever, it's fine.
Does that happen? Have there been executions in your LARP where like
Hell
all the LARPers
yes.
get together to watch somebody get their head chopped off?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
That's the only legal way to execute someone nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah, excellent. Well, good. I'm glad you survived. Continue being evil and destroying.
Well,
your
yeah. The
elvish
amazing
enemies.
thing is that I'm calling them horrible for being necromancers, but I'm also horrible.
We know. We've heard your stories. We know you're a bad person. It's okay. You're allowed.
Yeah. I'm not saying I'm not a hypocrite, but
Yeah. Yeah. Lauren, how's your new costume going? I've seen bits and pieces here and there.
It's coming together. There's a She-Ra slowly but surely, and then I paused because I'm making Steph's costume.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that. It looks great.
She made one of those like please faces, and I was like, I gotta make your face.
Okay.
But also I volunteered for it. So yeah, good. We should be able to wear it by Geek Girl Con, which is on Saturday. So
damn, so soon.
5 days to finish it, but I pretty much just have the cape, I think.
Yeah.
She consults her list of what's left.
So that's how do you like decide the order in which you make things when you have a bunch of different stuff to put together for a costume? Is it just like
it's a minimum viable product? So like
so it's like you're making a video game.
Yeah, if I'm wearing it to a convention, what is the minimum amount that I need to have in order for people to know who I am, and I'm also not naked?
So you start with like a t-shirt with a piece of paper that says Idaho on it, just taped to the front of your shirt, and then you just slowly de-wig them your costume until it's a real. Okay, all right, that's cool.
Yep,
that's cool. I feel that.
And then spreadsheets and a lot of to-do lists. But
so how do you normally determine what the like minimum thing is? Is it the thing that like is the most important to the character? Is it
that's part of it? I tend to work out like body outward because like this is the main clothing part is what you're gonna see, but like you're not gonna look at the shoes as often.
Yeah.
So it's normally like the hair and then whatever's on the body, and then like accessories will come last.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
so
what
like
would
if they
people
have a
know?
sword or something?
What do people recognize most? Like She-Ra has like stupid amounts of hair, gold on weird thing here.
Yeah. Recreating something like whether it's a costume or like a famous painting or a photograph or something, like going through that process of recreating a thing is a really, really good way to like better understand the thing. Cause you have to know, right? Like there are costumes, I imagine, where you could do them 99%, but if you don't include that 1%, no one will know who you're dressed as.
Well, that's definitely part of it. I spent a lot of time just getting mad at the people who design the costumes. It's just a lot of like, what is this animation?
This is not practical. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like every genre has its challenges. Like video games and cartoons don't have to obey the laws of physics.
Yeah.
Or how materials work, and their characters never need to get in or out of these clothing.
Yeah.
So, but then in like movies, you're like, cool, like a real person wore this, but also they had like, $1 million to spend on it. So
yeah, exactly. And there was probably an action version, a still version, shoulders up version. Yeah.
And it's then like there were 3 different people helping them get in and out of it.
Yeah. It's like props, like how many different guns they use for Blade Runner. Like there's like 40 different models, and some of them are just like awful looking and made out of rubber, but they're only in scenes where it gets like knocked out of someone's hand or like somebody gets pistol whipped and you don't. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
So for example, I won't have the sword by the convention, but I'm like, people will still know who I am without the sword. It'll just be cooler once I make the sword.
Right. Yeah. And is that usually the thing you leave to last, like props like
I'm
that?
not
like
a prop
sword
maker,
or
so it's always the thing I leave at the end.
Because that spear that you made for your Aloy costume was awesome.
It was so
I am getting better.
That's good. Improvement.
Distinctly improving at making props.
So do you have costumes? Do you have costumes that you would like want to do, but you know that you don't have the skill to replicate them adequately? And so you're like, wait, in like a couple of years, I'll come back to you.
Sometimes like that has happened to me more in the past. Like now I'm just like, fuck it, I'll try it. But like when Tron Legacy came out, I really wanted to make one of those, but I was like, I don't know how to deal with lights.
Yeah.
That seems, and like they did full like 3D body casts of those actors and like silicon molded that shit. And I was just like, I'm really intimidated. So I just backed away and didn't make one.
Yeah. I always see those like the really complex, like big cosplay with like moving parts and like all the ones that like the ones at BlizzCon and stuff. Yeah. Well, the thing with BlizzCon is that most of Blizzard's character designs, their characters are way broader than a human being is at the shoulder. And so you have to reinforce and create like shoulder pads that stick out to here and don't fall off. And like, it's all.
That stuff
incredible.
I'm not like, it's not armor and props. I'm like, give me tiny bits of fabric. Let's do it. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah. Some of the pictures from the latest BlizzCon, I was just like, how is that even like I think someone said they spent like years making one of the costumes.
Yeah.
Like the armor.
Well, and it's tough too, because I imagine, again, this is all just like assumed based on my understanding of media, but I imagine that like for some people, if you do cosplay for a living or it's something that's like majorly important to your, like you go to cons and you like do a lot of this stuff, you would want to do costumes that are either old enough to sort of be like classic or still new enough that people are really excited about the property. And then there's this like middle period where you're like, well, I started working on this when this thing was important and now nobody cares about this game anymore. So I have to wait until it's like retro cosplay now. Like I'll put the costume away for 10 years and then break it out.
It's an interesting choosing what cosplay.
Yeah, right.
It's part of the process.
I feel like it might be
sure.
easier with like something like She-Ra where you have series like seasons that are coming out. So as long as the show's not canceled, you know there's going to be more of it and people are going to get hype about it again
They'll
later.
continue to be excited. Although then you run into issues. Like I saw a few like Catra cosplayers lamenting. They're like,
the new outfit is better. It's better. The new outfit is better.
And they changed the design, and you're like, fuck this.
I like the season 4 Catra better.
It's a really good, but that's the thing is like, you're like, oh, it's also better than the previous one.
Yeah, but you're halfway through building the previous one. And now you're like, do I start over or do I do season 1 through 3 Catra?
So sometimes series will screw you over.
Yeah.
But not Sailor Moon. Never Sailor Moon.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing, right? Is like making that choice and then being able to be like, okay, here's what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna do it, and we're gonna make this costume. Like, I think I've seen some Transformers like costumes like that are the big like you know massive like I look like Bumblebee or whatever, and then it's like yeah, but which version, right? You have a bunch of choices to like be like, all right, I'm the cartoon or I'm this movie or that other movie, like multiple takes on the same character.
It's fun. I love seeing people's like variations and when they do weird versions of them. But there's also a lot of people who like work as teams, and that is definitely how they build those big.
Right,
builds.
Of course. So there's
a lot of studios and like multiple people working on it, which is a whole different ball game than like one person trying to build it.
Yeah. I hear
a bedroom.
That. Yeah, I every time I've ever seen a good cosplay in the wild, I'm just like. This is amazing. How did you? You're a sorcerer.
That is like also recently there was a really successful dice Kickstarter. Yeah, and just there was like all of this. They were talking about how they set up several different like warehouses where they trained people to make these things, and I'm just like, I had no idea that so much factor like stuff went into like dice making at this scale.
I feel like for anything, whether it's like someone making costumes or drawing, or it's like people making dice or anything that you don't know the process for making it, when you find out, one of two things happens. It's either like, oh my God, this is so much more complicated than I thought it was relatively simple to do this thing, or the inverse, where you're like, wait a second, this isn't hard at all. God damn it. Like
I could have been doing this.
Yeah, I could have been doing this my whole life. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm really excited for the Dispel Dice Kickstarter because I definitely backed it and was like, I hope it unlocks this one. I really
No.
want.
I gotta stop you there.
What?
Sponsor us and you can hear the rest of this excitement.
That's right, exactly.
I want
free dice for Blue Jay.
Stop giving away your hype for free.
I gave them my money. They don't have to give me any money. They should make more dice for me.
Come on, you're an influencer.
That's right.
You got this.
You're an influencer.
Yeah,
that's
one of the reasons why I'm happy to have some success as an influencer is so I can support other people in making cool stuff.
No, it's all about free stuff.
That's right.
Give me free stuff.
So making cool stuff like dead cultists.
Yeah.
Or-
Well, so
Yeah, transition.
Thank you. So, you keep this up, Elf. You're angling for a promotion to Chief Segway Officer.
Hell yeah! It just comes with more responsibility and no more pay.
Yeah, exactly.
But also a segue.
Management has noticed that you've been really taking the initiative on doing those segues. Would you be interested in a lateral move to CSO of our organization?
But you do get a free segue out of it. So.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
does
have to
anyone
ride the
actually want
Segway.
a Segway?
This Segway brought to you by Segway.
Oh my god.
There's got to be like a podcast or something with a Segway sponsorship, and they just do that, where they're like, and now for something completely different. This Segway brought to you by Segways.
Oh my god.
They have a little animation of a guy in a Segway, like flies by on the screen. This is great. This is all very good production ideas. I'm into it. So yeah, dead cultists. Now we should address the fact that so far, you're going pretty good on the stealth part of this mission. You haven't set off any major alarms.
It's about to get dirty.
There's
okay?
some you've killed some
really
you've killed some
awful.
devils, but yeah, we're at that point, right? In every Dungeons and Dragons adventure really ever written that involves the infiltration of a location, you are now there, you're in the thick of it, and you're dressed like your enemies. And it never that plan never goes wrong.
Never ever.
I believe that there is a door in front of us, and I'm gonna make a prediction.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of closets in here. Behind that door is a bunch of beds with like
Okay.
18 cultists.
But I listened
That's
to
my
the door and I
prediction.
got a crit and there were no sounds.
But they could be
Because
sleeping.
nobody snores.
That's right. They're
Okay,
very
people
quiet.
still make noises when they sleep. People
Yeah.
breathe.
I
Yeah,
snore.
but again,
All
remember,
around. It's not a stone door.
Who else snores in this?
remember too.
Just
that,
me.
Remember too that
Who else is snoring?
I am not the kind of dungeon master where getting a crit on a skill roll means like you
Anything.
get everything that could ever be gotten. It just means you hit the ceiling of your own capability, right? Like a 25 is quite good, but
someone's,
yeah,
like,
if the
10
room is
feet
full
away, I'd
of
be
if the
able
room
to
is
hear them,
empty
like-
and there's one person sleeping in it, I don't know that a 25 would even get it through like a wooden door, right?
Guys, I'm just gonna recon kick this door open. Okay?
I have a feeling.
Maybe opening quietly.
It's like as soon as everybody puts on your cult costume, Sathar's like, all right, kicks the door in and runs in screaming.
Recon.
See, because you said that, I have a feeling that my 25 perception did not locate that there are, in fact, at
My
least
goal-
one person in that other room.
My goal when I speak to you as Dungeon Master, expressing the things you can see and hear and smell around you, is to provide contextually relevant information based on what your character is capable of perceiving. My goal as a person is to make you feel constantly at unease and uncertainty about your situation.
I'm gonna put you on the other side of a door, and I'm gonna breathe and shuffle around. And
No, see,
it.
but this is the thing that we cannot do. It's the one disadvantage that we have of playing in a virtual environment is that 99.9 to the infinitum % of Dungeons and Dragons games, given enough time, will eventually devolve into that argument where they're like, I could lift 400 pounds. What are you talking about? And then somebody gets
Hold
up
on.
from the table and they're
We're
like,
doing an experiment. We're doing an experiment. Ready?
okay, here we go.
I've opened the door.
okay, all right.
I'm closing it. Hello. It's me.
But then we had to take it to.
on stream. Hi, Mum. What'd you get?
You
heard every word.
Every word.
Every word.
Did you hear my mum?
No.
No, why I was shouting.
Yeah, no, we only
we
we
heard
only
hi,
you.
mom, but not.
Yeah, we heard hi, mom. So this is what I'm saying. And Dave, I imagine, was standing very close to the other side of the door.
I was.
So, yeah, right. But again, this is a classic D&D thing. Most groups eventually, if you play together in person, comes to a point where you're like, there's no way you could knock me over just doing this. Try in real life. Just try.
Just try.
And then
Just
somebody breaks something.
And then somebody
and-
gets tripped through a glass table.
exactly. And that's how you
I'm
break
definitely
furniture.
not speaking from personal experience that has happened.
Definitely not.
How come your
100%.
basement has a big hole in the wall? Well, we were playing Dungeons and Dragons, you see, and Dave claimed that it wouldn't be that hard to punch a hole in the wall, and well, here we are.
Actually,
Dave
as an
broke-
anecdote, I did. Yes, I broke a hole in my college's wall.
Did you also break
because-
your hand?
No, it was actually really easy. It was because I was play acting that I was more upset than I was because I brought the wrong leftover pizza that had stuff I didn't want on it. And I was like, damn, this sucks. And I just punched the wall and I made a massive hole in it.
Oh no.
And then at the end of year thing, like the principal was like, there was some damage to the building and we've not found out who it was. And I was like,
Well, now your principal knows, Dave, because your principal definitely watches the show.
it was like 8 years ago. And actually I owned up because I'm a massive baby. I felt bad about it. I didn't even have to pay for it.
God, emotions are for losers.
So when we return, we have found ourselves, we found our characters in that most unenviable of comedic situations. There are 6 of you and only 4 cultist costumes. So your new friends, Philaster and Rhea, are watching the rest of you kind of adjust your cultist robes and looking at each other like, well, what about us? What are you going to do?
I guess.
Oh, we already told them to pretend to be prisoners.
Yeah, I
Is
took
that the
Rhea's
plan?
sword. I took Rhea's
we
sword.
weren't gonna.
Are we going to Chewbacca this thing or is
No,
that?
I took Rhea's
Back in
sword so that
prison.
she could be a prisoner.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, we have Rhea's sword. Like, that's what we're doing. We're shooting.
I have Rhea's sword. There's no we about this.
Okay, so November, you have Rhea's, and
back
so
off.
this is the closest. This is the closest that you've been to it in person, and I guess Bryn, you can see November, unless November is making an effort to like hide it, like no, it's
I'm not
mine,
hiding it.
right? Bryn, you can see. I think that this confirms your suspicion that Rhea was a Hell Rider. Like she's mentioned it as well, but this sword is too old, right, for her. Like there's no way. You can see the like the dye is faded, the leather is like cracking in places. This is an antique scabbard. The sword itself is old, but very well cared for as well.
I've got a question that's very important.
Okay.
What kind of sword is it?
It's a long sword.
Yeah, but like what kind of long sword? Do we have any art of it?
It's just a regular long sword. There's no art, no. I know that swords are very
we
important.
don't care
to you.
about the setting or like aesthetics at all on this show. I understand.
So in the version of the adventure that Dave is running, this conversation takes the entirety of the rest of the episode. But in the version we're going to play, if you want to get that conversation, you can tune into our Patreon. Yeah, exactly.
I drew it for you.
Yeah, right. It is a sword. It's sword shaped.
I can't see it because it's under the shadows.
You did a good job blind drawing that sword, which I will now delete. Yeah, it's it's like
it's for Dave.
Sword length, and it's got a pointy end.
Vaguely sword shaped.
There's a part you can hold where
like this
it won't cut your hand off.
It's made of some kind of metal.
Yeah, let me look at the concept art, but I don't think there's like specific art for. Yeah, she's holding a sword in her concept art. But it's just a sword. It's not. It's got that cool blood groove in it, which I was never sure was a real thing in real swords, but there it is.
I mean, you don't want your sword to get too bloody, I guess.
That looks like a sword I have definitely looked at on Google image searches when I've searched for a long sword for cosplay.
Yeah.
It's like, I know that hilt.
Google image sword. She got it from the internet.
Nice.
Yeah.
How
So it's
can
a
you
sword.
tell that that's a distinct sword belonging to a specific order? It's like the blandest. Hell,
Yeah, the actual
was the
sword. The actual
scabbard.
sword isn't a big deal. It's the scabbard, right? It's like Excalibur. The scabbard
like-
is where it's at.
I feel like if
Yes,
I were an
this is-
asshole, this is the point where I'd go, Adam, I open the door.
Mhm.
So Adam, I open the door.
Okay, which the
If
one
I
you
were an asshole, this is what I would
the one
do.
you didn't
So I do
the one
it.
you didn't come in?
Yeah, this.
Okay, so let's talk about the ruse, right? So Rhea and Philaster, are you going to like fake tie their hands? Is it like somebody's pointing a crossbow at them?
I think I'm just like I assume that I'm by Rhea and I'm probably like not like tying her hands, but she puts her hands behind her back. I assume that there's enough clothing and like if we're only face front that she could be tied up, but I'm just like just look like you're and I'll hand your sword to you when if anything happens.
She looks nervous about this plan. Like she nods, but you can tell she's not really looking or not really listening to you. She's thinking about
swords.
yeah, pretty much. She's just thinking about like what's gonna happen if she gets in danger and she doesn't have her sword. Philaster is just like probably mumbling like, oh, I could just stay here, or we could put me back in my cell, and I could pretend I'm still a prisoner. That would be fine, right?
Honestly,
right?
that would probably work better. But I mean, we're doing this now. But she's into it.
It's a bit late for that.
As Sathra reaches for the door and opens it.
Yeah.
All right. So here's what you see on the other side of the door. There's a
guy.
There's a cultist standing
Damn you,
right
Adam.
there, and he looks up. And so remember, the cultist, as you're looking at them, they're looking at you. You look the same. He's wearing a gold kind of elf face like mask. It almost looks like a banshee. So it's got like very sharp cheekbones, kind of gaunt face, big eyes that are like cut out so you can see the cultist's eyes through the holes. Long pointy ears, and then a hood up. And when he sees you, he looks up. Do you say anything?
I just try and like step into the door like I belong in this location.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's another guy on the end of the hallway there. I see.
Yeah, there's another one. They're both
side.
like leaning against the walls, and they look at you when you come in, but I don't think they say anything.
I'd really like to participate in this, but there's a car alarm outside and it is killing me
Yeah,
right now.
when you walk in, the cultist says honk, honk, really loud. He's a goose
the cultist isn't a goose.
Yeah, right. And he steals your sword.
He's the
and runs
leader
off.
of the
Hang on 1 second.
Yeah. So the cultist doesn't seem to
Okay,
like.
maybe that's good.
Yeah, you're okay. So the cultist doesn't seem like he.
I've managed to unplug my headphones now, so
Oh, good,
it's just
good.
like,
He doesn't seem like they don't get startled or anything. They're
there
not
we
like
go. Okay.
they're not like startled when you walk in. They're like, oh my god, and like attack you.
I think
so they just give you a look.
I think the thing is like I turn to the nearest guy and I go like, "Where's the lady?"
And he like cocks his head to one side, and he says, "What business do you have with the Duke?" Because he's got a mask.
I thought you'd like to know that there are intruders in our midst.
What? Intruders? Where? And he like reaches for his belt where he has a scimitar, the weapon of a cultist.
I like gesture back behind me.
And he kind of steps out and looks past you. He says, "What? You've apprehended them already?"
Of course, but what she wants done with them, I'd like to know.
Well, take them back to the cells for now. He points back behind you. And Philaster, when he hears that, Philaster nods and looks at you, Sosrova, like, see? A good idea.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Go then, you scum. How dare you break into our lovely sewer?
The other cultist comes over, and he's like, "What's going on over here?" And then the first one says,
I fill him in.
Yeah, the first one says, like before you get a chance, first one says like, "These ones caught some intruders." Apparently they're stormtroopers now.
Yeah.
They have a brief conversation about a land speeder. So that he says this one caught some intruders, and then it's like, "Why are they taking them this way? The prison's the other way." And they're like, "That's what I said." And so the two of them kind of have this like back and forth about you. What are you gonna do?
One of them claims to have information that might be valuable to the Duke. And I like prod Rhea.
Okay. Rhea just like turns red and looks at the floor. Sathra?
Yeah, and we managed to kill him, so we weren't sure if the prison was safe, so we came over that way.
Okay, all right. So he's like, "What? They killed the warden? Fine, we'll come with you." I think Jester's like, "Let's go."
All right, let's go. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, all right.
And we killed them in the prison, shove them in a cell.
Yes, exactly. You got it.
Nice. You don't even need secret PCI
the
language.
Next one comes over.
You know what's up.
We
Okay.
all knew what the deal was. And then when the other guy in the hallway or whatever just like gets an exclamation mark over his head and comes over here, we knock on the wall so he goes to the right place, and then we just knock him on the head.
Yeah, exactly.
I very carefully try and stand in between like the obviously unmanacled hands of our captives and the cultists.
Yeah, so you're gonna try to like. Okay, so this cultist.
Yeah, Bryn also probably does the like grab them by the arm and push.
Come
push them
along, you!
like,
I'm roughing you
like,
up.
take them in the back. Yeah.
I mean,
So-
Bryn's got experience. She's been in Flaming Fist.
She's done this. She's just like, I've done this before.
Right, Bryn immediately just goes into flaming fist mode and just starts beating Rhea into unconsciousness. That's what you get. And she's like, the cultists are all like horrified. What are you doing? You don't have to. She's just a prisoner. And you're like, shut up. So you go in the hall, and as you come around the corner, Sathra, this cultist comes over and he walks over to this this door, this locked door, and he gives it a little tug, like pulls on it, and it rattles. And he turns back to you and he says, just making sure they didn't interfere.
I like nod, imperiously, as if I know exactly what he's talking about.
Yes, interfere with the
Yes,
important
of course. I would never let them interfere.
If we were looking for examples of people, how would they interfere?
Yes, wouldn't want to interfere in the vault. So yeah, like this was that door that was different. It was like basically like locked, and he just
like
checks to make sure it's still locked, as if whatever is in there is very important. And then he comes back, and as he walks past you, Sathra, he says, "Yes, can't have anyone bothering our guest," and then continues down the hall.
I don't feel a need to reply, but almost certainly their guest is Thavius Krieg. I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so
Shambly boy.
make your way down. Make your way down there.
Yeah, we go all the way down to the old prison cells.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sorry.
I think Bryn and November are very intentionally going back.
Yeah, I'm definitely following behind and like trying to make sure that I'm right next to Rhea with her sword if things go south or north or east or west.
You should totally do whatever's needed to open it up to make sure they haven't messed with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, I think they probably broke in and then relocked it. Could you unlock it and then lock it again just to make sure that it's locked? Because I think that maybe they broke it.
Has the key.
Yeah. It's like how casual can you be, right? Can you be like, so sure is good we caught that prisoner. What was his name again? He's somebody important, right? Okay, so you head out this way. And the cultist continues one ahead of you, one behind you.
Yep.
And comes to the corner where the comes around.
Yeah, sorry. I'm still staying behind the prisoners, but there's just like you have to move them. So
Yeah, it's okay. I just basically want to know. We want to get everything in position for when you decide to do the thing.
Right.
So this cultist.
What are you talking about?
This cultist leads. He comes out ahead of you and he opens the door. Let's see here. I have to be able to. Nope, that's the entire wall. I have to be able to select just the door. There it is. Okay. So he opens the door and comes inside, and he looks around and he turns to you, Sathra, and he's like, "Oh, you're not wrong. I thought that the infernal guard would have been more reliable. One of us will have to stick around just to make sure nobody else comes by."
There really is no replacement for human flesh. Like,
yeah. And
flesh.
he nods.
I kind of step inside, waiting for my prisoners to be brought through.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Okay. So they start coming in. You like have them led ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this cultist stays back here with Sosorovo, and he looks over at you, and then looks all the way down, and then just goes back to staring at the wall.
Yeah. How's it going?
All right, so you come in here, and Philaster and Rhea get unceremoniously kind of like shoved into the middle of the room. Satir doesn't say anything. She just hangs out in her cell.
It is at this point that we.
Yeah, I think before any shoving happens, I would probably be like, "Here you go," and hand Rhea's sword to her.
Yeah, Bryn sees that the other cultist is not coming and is gonna probably stay like right here on the corner so that she can make sure Sosorovo's okay and
Okay.
chase down that one.
So
if he decides
here's
to
what
go
we'll
get it.
do. Sathra, you're the one in charge of this situation. Let's have you make a deception check.
Sure.
And then this deception check will basically be like a saving throw to see if they get to take a turn or if if this is a surprise round.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Deception check.
Okay.
15.
All right. So not
Pretty good.
not great like for you, but pretty damn good for an average person. This cultist doesn't see it coming. He's just like,
I basically just go, surprise. And then and then I two-hand the sword, like long sword that I have, like into his chest.
okay, so let's roll initiative. And then we'll just skip their turn on the first. They got a 3 anyway. So you basically get 2 full turns.
We're gonna annihilate these guys.
So what I rolled for earlier when I rolled that D6, I figured there was probably like an okay, but not perfect chance that these cultists, because you gotta remember Philaster is someone that might be familiar to them, right? Because they captured him once. So I rolled to see if these cultists were the part of the like team that captured him, but they weren't. So they don't recognize him. So this completely like jumps on them. So let's see. Everybody rolled pretty bad, but
I rolled great.
I rolled the worst. So you are good to go. All right. So November, Sathra, you all somehow get the musical cue that like this is the ambush time.
I think it's like I reach for my sword and begin to draw it, and then everybody else.
Okay. All right. So November, what do you do?
Like I said, I handed Rhea's sword,
the sword
to
to
her.
Rhea. Okay. So Rhea grabs the sword. And you can do that for free as part of your action. Then you have this cultist next to you.
As part of my move action, you mean?
Yeah, like, well, it's just free. Like
It's a free action, though.
as
Okay,
you
it's a-
move. Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm gonna grow icy claws and slash at his chest.
Ah, my face.
I get a 12.
You miss. He throws
So
his
I
arms
grow
up.
icy claws and
and
then just
slash at him.
menacingly claw at him.
Yeah, he shouts in surprise. And also, yeah, that's a good point. Thank you, chat. I need to roll for Philaster and for Rhea. Oh my God, Philaster's so fast. He does nothing.
I think they should call him faster.
Get out of here. Okay, so Philaster doesn't have any weapons, so he doesn't do anything. But yeah, you can interact with an object for free. So you chuck the sword to Rhea, you turn, slash out at the cultist who like throws his arms up. He gets some defensive wounds, not enough to hurt him properly. And anything else?
Do I get advantage because of the surprise round?
No, you have to be hidden.
Okay, I wasn't hidden. Then why do I have the hide marker on my
Because
face?
you're disguised.
Disguise.
Oh,
It's your cool
okay.
cultist
It's a
disguise.
disguise.
Also,
That's
the
my
cultist
disguise.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
That's
probably
my disguise.
I probably then like with one hand I'm slashing at him and the reason why it doesn't hit is because with the other hand I'm like go and
Yeah.
I urge Philaster who doesn't have any weapons to just get farther away.
Like move, get out of the way. So you there's a lot of movement, right? You throw Rhea the sword, you shove Philaster behind you, lash out with one claw. The guy gets his arms up, you slash his arm. Rhea attacks the cultist with her sword. Now that she has one. So she takes a swing at this guy with her long sword, two-handed. She doesn't have a shield. He doesn't fuck around. She gets a 23.
Oh my
And she
god.
deals 13 damage.
Oh my god.
So the cultist
Heck yeah.
shouts like,
Jerk.
ah! And the other cultist in the hallway looks at you, Sosrovo, like you see fear and anger in his eyes, and they turn quickly to like vehemence, right? Where he's just like, I've been betrayed. It's your fault, shorty. And he like, you can see him going for his scimitar. So that was Rhea's turn. She's gonna stay and fight. It is your turn, Sosrovo. So the guy next to you just realized like, wait a second, we're betrayed. And he starts reaching for his cool scimitar.
Wait a second. You're asleep.
Oh, sorry, they don't have scimitars. They have daggers. They have squiggly daggers.
Don't waste a sleep spell on one person.
I mean, I can stab him with a dagger.
Yeah, right in the leg.
Do you have?
You can disengage and get farther
Yeah.
away.
I should have just been standing farther away. I'm gonna stab him.
Stab him in the leg. All right.
Yeah, we got 2 rounds
Come on, you
before they
nerd.
get to do
Mhm.
anything. So
Whoops.
Okay. So a knife. So what does your dagger look like? We haven't really seen it before, I don't think. Is there anything special or fancy about it? Or is it just like a knife you bought at the knife store?
This is your chance to describe a weapon, Dave.
Yes.
45
I
minutes
was thinking
later.
about that. I think it's probably just like a letter knife. It's just like from my pack, and I just like, oh yeah, hold on. It's just like tiny. It's like this.
The letter opener. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you just like slash out at him. Okay. Anything else? You can move. He doesn't have a reaction, so he can't attack of opportunity to you if you wanted to.
Well,
move.
I forgot that's how that works. I could have moved in.
You could have. Yes.
Ability.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I forgot about it too, but yeah, he hasn't gone yet. So. Okay, so you like slash at him and then like scramble away.
Yeah. Imagine the robes are too long for you, so
you have
to hoist them up and like
your little legs going. Nice. All right, Sathra or Bryn, whichever you want to do first is fine.
All I'm gonna do is attack, so I'm just gonna.
Okay.
I'm gonna move up and then
I'm going to do a two-handed longsword swing into this guy's deal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a pre-made two-handed longsword swing, so I'm just gonna quickly roll one.
Okay.
So it's just a 1d10 plus 5 for me.
You do have to attack him first.
Yeah. I don't know why I did that.
It's okay. Now we have your damage in case you do hit.
1d10 plus. Okay, well, I'll just roll this because it's the same.
There you go.
22.
Yep, that's a hit.
So I hit him for 10 damage, Adam.
All right. It hurts. He doesn't like taking 10 damage. It sucks. Okay. Yeah. So you and Rhea both just like just go in on him.
Yeah.
Okay. Bryn, what do you want to do?
Bryn is going to move up 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. I'm like working on getting in position to block him from leaving the hallway, but I can't quite get all the way around him.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna hit him with her axe.
Okay.
So let's see what happens. 23.
Okay, you hit him.
Okay.
Surprising no one.
For 5 damage.
Okay. All right, you graze him for 5. They don't get a turn. Philaster flees to the corner of the room. As he goes by the cell, he says, "Hello, Satyr. Back again." And then he kind of dashes over and hides in this corner. November, it is your turn.
Let's try this again.
Okay.
Second verse better than the first. I'm going to. Is this the one that has disadvantage? Yeah, I'm gonna give his next attack disadvantage. Hopefully, if I hit, he makes a DC 13 Constitution save. Oh, I don't have to hit. I just one creature that I can see within range.
And it's just a save.
Yeah, it's a save.
Okay.
So he's.
I got a 10.
Yeah. So I see frost all over his face, his like arms, and all of a sudden it's just very cold. So he takes 4 cold damage and has disadvantage on his next weapon attack roll.
All right.
Specific.
Cool. Yeah. So you get him with the frostbite, and he starts to shiver uncontrollably. And then Rhea hits him with her sword. Let's see. 2-handed longsword. Here it comes. I got a 21 to hit. She deals 6 damage, and he's dead. She runs him through. Blah.
Easy peasy.
There you go. Okay.
Doing it, everyone.
And then she's going to
recon, but for real.
Yeah, and then she's gonna run out here to try to help Bryn. So Srovo, it is your turn.
Letter opener. Ha! Magic staff. Ha! Pew! I'm gonna shoot him with some chill touch action.
Okay.
Hiya!
You don't. You get a 1. You
Dave,
chill touch nothing.
I can't see. I've got the mask on, and it's the wrong size for gnomes, so like I can't see through the eye
your
holes
mask slides down your face. Yeah. Okay. Sathra and or Bryn.
Okay, I'm just gonna come out here and assess the situation. We're gonna go 5, 10.
Has chill touch ever
20.
hit? Ever? Maybe.
So I can only I can't get into melee with him.
Yeah.
What I can do is get to here, and then I can either Eldritch Blast him or I can poison spray him from here.
So the question I think here can be answered relatively easily, right? Whether or not you should Eldritch Blast. If you look at your character sheet, what does it say under class?
I poison spray just because you're being a dick.
I have other tricks too, you know.
DC 14 Constitution save, please.
Okay, all right. So you spit poison
I
at him.
raise my mask and just poison.
And
Yeah.
dangerous business. Okay, what kind of save is it? Con
DC 14.
Okay. I got
Sweet,
an
now we have
11.
2 more robes for people.
Sweet 7 damage.
I mean,
to
these
this
robes are
guy.
covered in poison now.
I mean, who's to say
The other robes have
cultist
blood
robes
all
aren't?
over them. Okay,
I
Bryn.
mean, that's also common for cultists.
I hit him with my axe.
There's no evidence these are filth cultists, right? They're actually pretty well
Miss him with my
put up.
axe.
Okay, so you swing into me parries with the dagger.
Oh shit, he gets a
And now he
turn.
finally gets a turn. Massively outnumbered. He is going to take the disengage action.
Damn.
And he is going to run
We can catch him.
30 feet. Let me look at his, let me see. I'm gonna make a save. Let's see if he decides to stay. No, he does not. He's getting the fuck out of here. Okay, all right. So he's gonna take the disengage action. And this isn't like running, fleeing. This is just like, I'm out. I can't win. So he's gonna run 30 feet away, but he's massively outnumbered. So let's see how that goes. So he starts running back this way and shouting like, "Help! Help! Intruders!"
Whatever. Stealth was boring anyway.
November, it is your turn. Now, I mean, if you look, like, it's echoing a lot and stuff, but like, it's not like he's
There's a
shouting it
good
into a big
long
empty
hallway.
room. You know, like you're underground. There's a lot of echoing because of the tunnels. We'll see. They don't seem to have like a formal alarm system down here or anything. So,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
I'm going to check the corpse here and see if there are any keys or useful items, because I have a feeling that there are a lot of people closer to that guy than me.
Okay. Yeah, you want to search the body and like the room. You want to do that with your action? Okay.
Yeah.
Make a perception check, because I still don't really know what investigation is for.
Investigation is to analyze something you've already perceived. 14.
Okay. The cultist has his squiggly dagger, his gold mask, and his now bloodstained robes, and nothing else.
Okay.
And I think that's it. I don't think they carry around like personal stuff. Though now that I look at it, he looks weirdly like the groundskeeper from
I take his cloak
from
and I dye it
Waterdeep.
black.
You get attacked by ghost hounds, but not ghost dog, because no, you're not high enough level to fight Forrest Whitaker yet. Okay, so you can do that with your turn. Rhea.
Well, I mean, that's with my action. Once I discover there's nothing else, I'll turn to Philaster and be like, wait here, you're safer.
Yeah, you can still move, I guess, if you want.
And
I
then
think-
5, 10, 15. I'll just go
Rin
here.
yells to Rhea, whether she does it or not, to like cut off his path.
Yeah.
Because she can't get to him and do melee, but she could like get in a position where he would have to get through them.
Right.
So
Yeah,
that's what Bryn was
disengage
saying,
and take
whether
an
Rhea does
action.
that.
Yeah, Rhea probably says to you, Sathra, like, he's getting away, and then runs.
And then get in front of him.
Yeah, she can't quite get to him in one move, so she'll move like that and then block the way. Gonna be like, where you going? Where you going, sucker? Okay, so Srovo, it is your turn. Here you are once again, face to face with the cultist.
All right. I've got a new plan. And it is to... he's next to me. I hate that. I hate it so much. All right, I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to try a disadvantage to use my special move. Is a 12 enough?
A 12 is insufficient to.
Damn it, I even renamed the spell.
What was the spell originally?
It's tilt.
It's
chill
no,
touch.
this is
Chill touch.
former.
It's
The spell formerly known as Chill Touch, now Sosorovo's.
spectral slowing spell.
There you go.
Because it makes them go slow and it's necrotic damage.
So you lunge for it with your spell, And the cultist is not struck by your magic. Sathra and Bryn.
I'll go first because I'm just gonna hit him.
Okay.
If I can click on my character.
He's very he's very close to being completely surrounded and then just beaten to death in a sewer. Like pretty soon there's nowhere for him to go.
Honestly, there are worse ways to go.
Wow! Right over his head. Okay.
But you know what? Bryn can defend so many people now.
All right. And then Sathra.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to here, and then I Eldritch Blast him because that's what I can do.
Okay.
Give me old Eldritch Blow.
Wow, so many ones.
Never mind. I give him nothing.
The wall and ceiling are Eldritch blasted real good.
There's a spectral snake and it leaps over his head. Yeah, and so.
See, now I'm just imagining your Eldritch Blast like is it the Hanzo ult? The one that's the dragon?
Yeah,
Only
but
it's a big
snakes.
scary snake. Yeah, perfect. Okay.
It's like black and green.
So
snake.
Bryn comes in with the axe, right? Swings, he presses himself against the wall, the axe flies by the front of him, he turns, he sees Sathra tries to get him with the Eldritch Blast, he ducks, hits the ceiling, he takes the disengage action, and he just runs like hell this way. So he just like ducks and dodges and runs, just trying to get out of here.
Disengage action from them, he enters melee with me as he disengages.
But it doesn't matter, it's the whole turn. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So he disengages, which means he's just like ducking and dodging, and he runs past the group of you out this way, comes around the corner, he sees November, and then Philaster does nothing. November, it is your turn.
It's my turn. I'm gonna try and slow him down. I cast Ray of Frost. I get a 9.
This cultist should be an American football player. That's right. Okay, you miss. So again, like this cultist is having both the worst day of his life and the best, right? Because he comes right around the corner, he looks straight up at you, you fire the Ray of Frost, he throws himself to one side, the ray hits the water, leaving like a trail of frozen water, shoots up the wall, and he just looks at you like, I can't believe I'm still alive. Do you want to move? Do anything else, November?
I say to him, you've been lucky thus far. Surrender. We won't have to kill you.
Yeah, he's a fanatic, so I don't think words are gonna stop him. Yeah, no, I was thinking about it. I was like, should I ask for an intimidation roll? But I based on some other abilities they have, I don't think that he's capable of being browbeaten in that way. Right now, his goal is to get back to where the other cultists are, so they can all come and kill you together. But he knows he's highly outmatched.
That would be my plan if I were a cultist. So
yeah,
it's fine.
Okay, all right. So do you want to move, or you want to stay where you are?
I probably stay where I am because I'm trying to give him a chance to like surrender. So approaching him after that would probably be like not the right message. Obviously it didn't work, but I am on my turn, so I can't know that it didn't work.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
all right.
So I'll stay where I am.
Rhea runs over and two-handed swing. She gets 14, which hits him. And she deals 5 damage. So he lets out a gasp of pain as Rhea slashes him in the side, right? Gets him across the back of the shoulder. Sosrovo?
All right, I'm going to try again. Pew! Oh, we've done it.
There you go.
Sosrovo's Grasp of the Grave.
I like how you just keep renaming the spell till it hits.
7 damage.
Okay, and then what's he's slowed, right? He does half movement speed?
-10.
-10. Okay, so 2/3 movement speed for him. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. All right. So yeah, the slash slows him down. He stumbles, slides against the wall. The grasping hand grabs him, and you feel like he feels like the life getting drained out of him.
It's the wrong spell. He can't regain hit points.
Oh, that's what that one does. Okay. All right. Yeah. Which is actually like relevant because he does have some spell casting abilities. So he's just currently trying to run.
It's not chill
like
touch.
hell.
I'm sorry, everyone. I got it all wrong. I renamed my spell and then I forgot what it was.
Fantastic. All right, Sathra. you can go. You want to try to finish this guy off?
And then I hit him with a sword.
Okay.
I move forward, and then I two-handed long sword into his chest.
Arrgh.
23 for 7 damage.
He is still alive. Just
Get him.
barely. So you run past, you slash him. Bryn?
Get him, Bryn.
Let's do it. 5, 10, 15,
This is the part where he like
20,
rolls back
25,
his sleeve to reveal
30.
the big gauntlet, and he starts pressing buttons and laughing.
I don't really know where. I'll stand here because then I can also protect Sapphire if I need to.
This poor guy, he's just getting so
Just-
bullied.
14?
Yeah, you hit him.
5
He's dead.
damage.
You've
Yeah.
killed him. So eventually, yeah, you just box him into the corner, and the three tough sword ladies just fucking murder him.
Just like
Horrific.
witnessing. Oh, ugh. I like November standing a few feet away and watching this happen within the space of like
Brutal.
6 seconds. 3 people just annihilate this guy, and there's a little bit of like a arms crossed across the chest, like kind of like fingernail biting, like
Yeah, it's a brutal and beautiful. It's a brutal moment.
brutal.
So
moment.
the thing is though, is that like honestly, killed by a big angry lady is probably okay for this guy, given that the cult worships
Duke
Zariel, right?
Calabra, yeah.
Yeah, so like he's into it. He's like, well, if I gotta go, this is how we go. So
not
yeah,
so bad.
he is driven into the
imagines-
corner.
He
and,
imagines Bryn with no hair,
Yeah.
looking slightly paler.
Bryn.
He comments on women's like pictures on Twitter with "step on me" like every single one.
Yeah, Steve the Cultist Twitter is not good. Just
Not a good,
don't look at it.
not a good Twitter.
It's one of those persons he has no posts of his own, but he has like 7,000 reply tweets,
Honestly,
followed by 0.
replying "step on me" to a tweet is a lot better than what some guys reply to some of my tweets. Is
All of his reply tweets are just the word "mommy" over and over. Well, he's dead now, so it doesn't matter what his Twitter looks like. He's a corpse.
Good.
So
Speaking of corpse, Bryn
I
will
guess
drag the corpse
apparently
into
when he
prison.
dies, all of his internet passwords just come out of him like loot, and so that's how you know what his Twitter looks like.
Yeah, right.
So you've killed him. I think these robes are too soiled by violence to be usable.
I mean, the fact that they're soiled by violence isn't the problem. It's the fact that they have a bunch of slashes in them.
That's also the name of my prog rock album, Soiled by Violence. So so unless you have also covered in poison. So unless you have access to something that will like magically clean them, they're a no-go.
I didn't take mending or cleaning.
Me
when
neither.
I built my character.
Yeah. And that's
I've got to have this sweet one where I can pull thoughts.
I
out
can
of
light
my
them
brain.
on green fire. That's about the.
Well, let's just drag them into
Yeah, I
it,
could
though.
chop him up with an axe, so I don't think any of us are. Bryn drags the body into the prison so that at least it's not in the
Hide it
hallway.
in-
Okay.
And then like splashes the sewer water in like an attempt to clean up the
Ugh.
blood.
Why don't you kick that with your feet and not your hands?
I mean, she does. Because you can't see my feet.
I don't think you should put your hands in that sewer water and then also,
She
touch your
uses her
weapon
feet.
and maybe your face.
So Rhea
Probably uses her shield, like scoops it up.
says,
And then you touch your shield with your hand.
Look,
This
we're
is
in a sewer, honey.
unhygienic.
Rhea says, while you're all fucking flopping around in the sewer water, she says, maybe the 4 of you should continue on, and I'll stay here with Satyr and Philaster in case any more cultists show up. I can keep an eye on them. And honestly, I feel a lot better with my sword in my hand than pretending to be your prisoner. No offense.
Yeah,
Well,
and it
in
never
fairness,
works.
that wasn't part of the original plan.
Sounds fine to me.
Yeah, you just showed up and decided you're part of the group. I'm not splitting my experience points with you.
It's like it doesn't matter. We're using milestones, so it's irrelevant.
Just so long as you don't go off on your own and try and find
Kiss
us.
Favius Krieg.
She
Make out with him.
So when you mention Thavius Krieg, you see uncertainty pass over her face, and she gives you all the kind of judging look only a lawful good character is capable of giving. This like I am assessing your goodness of character and also judging you at the same time. Like I know I'm better than you, and I'm trying to figure out just how much worse you are than me, because you mentioned Thavius Krieg, and you've mentioned before like no, he's definitely evil, and she's like, no, he's the best. And so when you say that, she says, you know what?
I didn't
On
say
second thought, I should come with you.
No, I think you were right. That was a great idea. You two should have a delightful conversation. And Bryn just starts like pushing her towards the south.
If you come across Thavius Krieg and he's in any kind of danger, you need me there to help you. She looks back. She looks back at Philaster, and Philaster is looking kind of green around the gills, looking at the corpses, and she says, "If anything terrible has happened to him, I couldn't live with it. I've got enough shame to deal with as it is."
Do you have healing spells, Rhea?
Yeah, I was going to say we have an actual paladin here who can help him.
What would you do if he was
injured? Any harm to Thavius Krieg intentionally?
Probably.
You say that? Upstairs. She looks at you when you say that, November. She says, "Swear it."
I swear.
If you find Thavius Krieg, you'll not harm him in any way, and that
unless he comes at us, and then I will defend myself.
That's insane. Thavius Krieg
shouldn't have to worry.
We have no idea what or who has manipulated this man.
Nothing.
We'll try our very best.
He's a prisoner. And like you're getting frustrated and being like, "No, I'm gonna follow you," and I can't. But when you say that, November, she looks at you and she says, "I'll stay here and watch over Philaster and Satyr as long as you promise that no harm will come to Thavius Krieg."
I look over at Sathra.
My face is an impassive mask of elf gold mask.
That's right. You just see snake eyes under this cool mask.
Yeah.
I can promise you that if it comes down to it, we will do with him what we did to those upstairs. Can't assure you that he won't be touched, but he won't be killed as long as I'm there.
She takes a step forward and gets like real intense and like up close to you and like unafraid. Like Bryn, she doesn't even like notice that you're standing there. Like she takes a step and gets all up close to November and she says, "Thavius Krieg is very important. If he's hurt or killed, then you have to make sure. You promise."
To the best of my ability.
She puts her hand out.
I shake it.
All right. Are you lying to her?
No.
Okay. All right. So she like grabs your hand and like squeezes your wrists and like shakes it. And then she looks at you, Bryn, like, "See, I made a deal. Don't be bad." And then,
I think Sathra is just thinking to herself that bad deals are made all the time and that people should be way more careful about the bargains they make with people they don't know.
It's great.
I thought it was pretty clear.
No, it's good. And it's great too that Sathra is just like believing the things people say. You're like, "I'll never hurt anyone ever again." And you just stab someone like, "Oh,
oh, my mistake."
What do promises mean? Fucking nothing. So Rhea comes back in after she's like, all right, she's figured out. She comes back in and she says, you hear her say to Philaster, like, "All right, help me get these into the cell." And you can hear like rustling as she, works with her new friend Philaster to put everybody in the cell. Philaster goes into the cell for pretend, and then she does as well, but she has her sword. She has it like hidden. So she's gonna stay back here and watch. Don't forget her. Don't do the whole dungeon and then leave.
Oh my God, no.
Okay, all right. So what are you gonna do?
Back the way we were before. Back in that direction.
That strange stone door is probably an important one. We need to find whoever has the key.
And neither of these ones did, so
I suspect it's the Duke.
Probably.
Indubitably. I like that word, by the way.
Unfortunately, Duke Thalambra Van Thamper is a load-bearing boss, so once you kill her, you only have 5 rounds before the whole dungeon collapses in on you. So you gotta go fast. All right.
Well, we speed demon down this hallway.
Okay.
Did we look enough through the other room to know if there was another door?
There was another door.
There was another door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then let's do that.
Okay. All right.
Would someone like to listen first? Or?
Oh yeah, I tried that one time. It didn't work.
Evidently it doesn't matter.
I mean, the guys in the other room weren't talking or doing anything.
They're just standing there like statues.
Standing there,
Fucking-
they're guards. Okay, but this is the thing. Like, even with a 25, putting your ear to the door, hearing someone breathing softly through their nose is impossible through a door. I promise you, if we tested this in real life, you would not be able to hear me
Okay,
breathing
but the thing is,
through a
the
door.
characters in Dungeons and Dragons are capable of more than people in real life are.
Not with hearing.
Yeah, you don't have any
like-
supernatural
You don't have
hearing
supernatural
abilities or like, no, you are a normal mortal person.
No, Dungeons and Dragon characters are not.
Yeah, but that's
normal
what spells
mortal
and
in
special
any
abilities
way.
are for. I don't care.
No, they're
25 is not
literal
enough to hear
spells.
Do
someone
you
breathing.
want to listen at the door,
A
or am
normal
I
human
kicking
being
it
has
in?
like a 10 in everything.
Open the door. Do it. Channel your inner jewel.
There's
Yeah.
literally no point. Just open
Yeah.
it.
I open the door.
Okay. All right. So you open the door, and that is what you see. If you'd listened to this story, you definitely would have heard something.
Are they like lying in these beds, or are they just
So
standing
in this
here?
room is lit by 2 tall wrought iron candlesticks. That's what is here and here.
Uh-huh.
Each topped with 9 flickering candles. Around the room's perimeter are 10 wooden bunk beds, next to which are unlocked footlockers. So they're just wooden boxes.
Yeah.
And then, there are cultists. There's lots of cultists in this room. They are, some of them are asleep, right? Some of them are not wearing their robes. Their robes are just like hanging on the thing, maybe like half of them. And those ones are under the covers asleep, so you can't really see them. The other half are just awake, like talking quietly. And as you open the door, they all kind of like turn to look, and at a glance, they just see, another cultist. You maybe get like an up nod, and then they go back to talking.
Yeah, okay. I walk in, I look for an unoccupied, like, please, the rest of you don't do anything here.
Do you look behind you into the room, or do you just walk into the room?
I walk in and I'm like, I just hope that nobody's like seen behind me.
You can close the door behind you.
Most of the part, yeah, well, I'll close the door.
Okay.
So
and
I
Bryn,
to
just 1 second. So Bryn and Sosrovo, you see Sathra open the door, walk through, and close it. Just chunk behind her.
Bryn mutters to herself, well, either Sathra has an idea or she has decided to join a cult. Just sort of leans
I'm in
against
the cult
wall.
now. Sorry.
I,
So I will point this out, Sathra.
yeah.
At a glance, as you look around,
Uh-huh.
everyone in this room appears to be human.
Okay. I'm human shaped, so in this robe, there's no way.
Yeah,
I can
unless they
tell.
look you right in the eyes, they won't
Yeah.
notice that you look human. The other thing is, everyone in this room is human, and as a result, cannot see in the dark. Now, the only lighting are these 2 metal stands.
Yeah, the candlesticks. Yeah.
And I don't know why they wouldn't just put like candlestick holders, like sconces in the walls, but there's these 2 freestanding candelabras, which you could very
These
easily just shove
very
over.
easily
They're,
kick over.
Like, you gotta know, in a room like this, these candelabras get knocked over all the time, to the point where there's probably like a sign on the door that's like, don't knock over the candelabra.
So my
They used to
plan,
have rugs in this room, and that was
Bolt them down at
My-
least.
right. Like,
my plan, Adam.
Yeah.
Is to find an unoccupied bunk, any bunk that is unoccupied, or
Yeah.
like, because you said they're bunk beds, so they're 2
They are bunk
tiers,
beds, yeah.
And there are foot lockers, and you said they're unlocked. So I am going
Mm-hmm.
to go to an unoccupied bunk/foot locker
Yeah.
and go and get something as if it's mine and be like, and then leave with it.
right. Okay, so you're like, I'm just here to get my stuff.
I'm just here to like grab my blanket or whatever.
Okay,
right?
let's get you to
Like,
Yeah.
roll
That's my
roll
plan.
deception. Roll deception with advantage to see
Okay.
if you can fly casual.
Okay. 23.
Nice. Okay.
So I don't know which ones are unoccupied because they all have a cultist.
They all have at least one cultist in them,
Alright.
but they're bunk beds.
So I just go to like this one nearby here, and I go through the foot locker for like the upper or lower.
Now, are you picking a bed? The
unoccupied.
more distinctive difference between the beds are people are sleeping or not sleeping, right? So like I think these 2 and these 2 are awake and they're sitting on their they're on their beds talking.
I'm
across.
picking one where the guy who's there, who'd be close enough to like have a conversation with me, is asleep.
Okay.
You know what
Alright.
I mean?
Yeah.
And I go through an open foot locker.
So you
for-
come over and
for
you
the bed.
open the locker.
Yeah.
The locker is divided inside into two sides.
Yeah.
Both of which, because ostensibly the cultists that are not sleeping in this bed they're gonna be doing something like cult wise. So on both sides of the locker there are like civilian clothes. On one side, and this is the thing, you can't guess who, because there's a person in the bed and they've taken off their cult robes, and the robes are hanging, and they're asleep. Yeah. Well, the thing I'm worried about is if you pick up a shirt and try to walk out with it, someone's gonna be like, "Where are you going? That's Brian's shirt," and Brian will wake up and be like, "Yeah, that's my shirt."
I'm not gonna steal his shirt. It's
but you don't know which shirt belongs.
But
to
if
her.
it's like a knife or something, I'm like, I forgot my knife.
So you open the crate. There's two. It's divided into two. There are two sets of what appear to be like just normal clothes.
Okay.
I mean, like, how distinctive are these clothes? Because, like, I wouldn't know if it's a black T-shirt and someone like
It's got a big screen print of Brian's mom on it and says "Happy 50th,
Maybe
Eileen."
Don't grab that one then.
Yeah. Forgot my T-shirt of Brian's mom. I got it at her birthday. It was a whole thing. We went to Fuddruckers.
Here's what I do. I look down at my shoes in the cultist robe.
Yeah.
And I go like, ugh. And then I take out the boots that are in the locker because that is the least distinctive piece of clothing I can think of. Your fucking shoes. Nobody looks at your shoes. I'm gonna take those and I'm gonna walk out.
Okay. I will warn you that taking a stranger's shoes is how you get John McClane's. So if you want to create a John McClane, this is how you do it. You're going to kill all the cultists. There'll be one cultist left with no shoes, and he will make your life a living hell. But for now,
I don't even care.
Okay. Yeah. So nobody notices. The guy in the bed is asleep. Maybe somebody like hears you open the box and looks over, but they don't care. You're dressed like one of them.
No, I'm one cultist. I take the boots and I walk back out. I open the door and I walk back out and I close the door behind me.
Yeah. Clunk. So in the 30 seconds that takes or whatever, is anybody else doing anything in the other room?
Bryn like backed up so that she wouldn't be in line of sight of the door. That's about it.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like my eyes are really wide and I'm like glancing to the door and then like through this other door, like trying to keep an eye on where we just came from to make sure no one comes into the closet space. And I'm not saying anything, but my eyes are basically like, what? I'm very confused.
So I walk
just staying
further,
where I am.
I walk very much further away from this door, like back into the hallway before I say anything. I'm holding a pair of boots in my hand. And I end up back in this hallway.
We follow you.
And then I say, there are probably 11 cultists in that room in various forms of sleeping or talking. It's a barracks.
Were they in armor or?
So you didn't join a cult?
No.
Right.
No, she's already in one.
You didn't change cults.
I have not changed my cult affiliation.
You didn't become an apostate suddenly.
I dropped the pair of boots that I'm holding. Like,
Yeah, just like chuckling them.
Additional exit to that room?
So if supposedly
There was. Yeah, there was. On the north, on the north wall there was another door.
Okay.
So supposedly if the alarm is rung, those 11 cultists will have to be dealt with, but if it's not, they're kind of off duty.
Is this the part where you just like lock both the doors and bar them and then throw a bag of like sarin gas in the room?
I mean, I'm not going to say I had gotten all the way to sarin gas, but I was thinking setting the room on fire.
Right, because they're all in one place. And if you could keep those doors shut,
If we bar the doors, they may be stuck in there.
Well, there are these giant cupboards that were full of cloaks. Bryn's very strong.
I say we at least try and bar this door and then figure out where the other door is and bar that one.
Sounds good.
If you put these boots on and you walk a mile in them, it changes your alignment to lawful evil.
So can I help Bryn like put one of these like wardrobes in front of the door?
To be clear, Bryn is doing it in front of this door, not in the other hallway.
Yeah.
So drag it all the way over there. Okay. It's fine. They won't hear you. They only got a 25 on their perception check.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
So 4 wooden wardrobes stand against the wall. So yes, the two of you can come over and like lift it and drag it over there. Okay, now I can't edit. I'll just draw a line, but I can just edit on the map as
we stack 4 wardrobes. Like there are a lot of wardrobes in front of this door now. So
you're gonna put.
It'll at least be loud when
so
we
put like all
stack
4
them all like
wardrobes
this?
like sideways against the door. Yeah.
Like that. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm at the doorway, taking a look down the hallway, making sure no one's coming.
Okay.
Cool, we did it.
Hang on a second. While you're doing this, let me just.
I've got a Google search up at the
Can't
moment
Okay.
for how flammable is perfume because I have a vial of scented oil in my inventory.
It's not lantern oil, but it's probably slightly more flammable. Okay, all right. So it takes a while. Like if we were playing basic D&D, I'd roll for a random encounter. But yes, you have thoroughly blocked this door.
Okay,
You
let's
have
go
done it.
see if we can find the other door, which I suppose is up this hallway.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, look, there's a doorway.
Yes,
Yeah.
door.
So if you come, you continue north. To your left and to your right, you can see several doors. There's one here. There's one there. There's another one over here. There's one here. There's lots and lots of doors on either side of the hall.
Okay,
I
so-
would bet gold that it is that door.
Yeah, the one that's on the same wall as the room
Yeah.
it appears to be the only door on that side.
Yeah. And maybe
there are
what
no
we should do, given the time,
community
let's take a quick break here. When you reach this intersection, y'all can take a look at the map. Think about which door you want to go through when we come back, because we're gonna take a short break, and when we return, we will continue delving around in the Van Thamper basement. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Baldur's Gate is thrown into turmoil as the time has come for a hellish debt to be paid. The fate of an entire city hangs in the balance. Can you resist temptation and save them all, or will the seductions within Avernus prove irresistible? The Roll20 conversion of Baldur's Gate, Descent into Avernus, is filled with over 200 new monsters, vehicles, and magic items, and comes with 28 maps complete with GM layer information and dynamic lighting for Pro or Plus users. The expansion compendium and Descent into Avernus adventure module for levels 1 to 13 is waiting for you in the Roll20 marketplace. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to today's episode of Descent into Avernus. Let's get into it. There is a dungeon to finish. So many doors. Many doors are your options in both directions. You just come up from the south through this T intersection. There is filthy water gushing out of a spigot on the wall into the sewer tunnel you are now standing in. Everything smells like incense, and below that, human waste. Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? You're dressed like cultists.
I think that it's fairly obvious, like we were saying, that the door on the left side of the hallway is the door to the cultist room. So I feel like I go up behind Zathra and I whisper, "You guard the door while I'll listen at the very least, these other doors and see if there's anything we can use to block it."
Choice. I step forward to, stand by the door here, and I ready an action for if a cultist comes out, I bucket chop them real good.
And then I'm gonna listen at the door directly across first.
Also, I would like to state that I changed my packed weapon into a greatsword.
No, nice.
It's a greatsword.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Just gross.
I'm just gonna imagine it looks like the Moonlight Greatsword from Dark Souls, but green instead of blue.
Green and black.
Yeah, but scarier. Cool. Okay.
I guess Bryn provides.
This is what I wanted. It's all I was asking for.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Someday, Dave, we'll play a game like Exalted, and you can just describe your diclave for an hour. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Maybe for your birthday next year. Okay.
All right. We've got 2 guards at the doorway.
You want to listen at this door?
I'm going to listen at this door.
Okay.
And see if it does any good at all.
Okay.
I get a 24 instead of a 25.
It's not high enough, Blue Jay.
You don't hear anything on the other side of the door.
I will attempt to open the door.
Okay, let me check and see if the door's locked. Nope, it's not.
Okay, I open the door.
Okay, here we go. Inside, you see wrought iron candlesticks topped with flickering candles like this room, which is heated by a cast iron stove with clawed feet. Across from the crackling stove is a modest desk with a matching chair. Other furnishings include a small table and chair for dining, a bed, an iron chest resting at the foot of the bed, and 2 tapestries. One, and it's a nice room until you get to the tapestries. One showing spirits rising as demonic entities from a black watered river, right? So
awesome.
Big river of black water, demonic spirits crawling up from its surface.
I want that tapestry for this wall right here.
Right. You walk into distracted elf's quarters. And then the other tapestry depicts a dead man dangling like a marionette from hooked chains.
Sick.
Also kind of awesome.
I will enter the room and go to the desk. And
Jesus Christ, it looks like my room when I was a teenager. Yeah, that's fair.
And I will examine, does it have anything on it? Is there any drawers? How hefty does it look?
The desk?
Yeah.
It's like a writing desk. It's not like a
Is
massive
it mahogany?
stone desk or anything.
Is there
They-
anything on it or in it?
Some poor cultist had to lug that thing all the way down here.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how similar would you say it is to a raven?
It is in no way like a raven.
Okay.
But they got it in here through the cellar door. So you take a look at it. There are drawers. And if you want to, you can just pull them open.
Drawers? Yeah.
No, it's empty.
Okay. Then I will take a look at you said there was an iron chest. Iron's heavy. Can I
Right
look at
down
that?
here, yeah. You want to open it?
I mean, yeah, I'll shift it around to see if it's heavy-ish.
It's very heavy, yeah.
And then I'll open it.
Yeah. Ob9 laborer test. Okay. Yeah, you open it. It's not locked. You just pop it open.
Okay.
Inside, there is one object at the bottom of the chest. The chest is otherwise empty. There is a necklace. You can see a silver chain with a pendant, but the pendant is face down, and you can't. You'd have to pick it up to get a closer look at it.
I mean, yeah, I'll pick up the pendant.
Okay,
Oh.
you go insane and you die. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, cool.
It's a holy symbol. Can you make a religion check before I describe it to you?
Sure. Religion. I'm not as good at it. I get a 10.
Okay.
That's what an average human would get.
These human gods, their symbols are all so familiar. They all look the same.
They do look the same, honestly.
It is a silver pendant shaped like a right-handed gauntlet.
It's one
What
of
that
the
symbol is,
gods.
it's one of those gauntlet gods. Yeah.
I'll tuck it into like a pocket to ask someone about it later because I know Bryn's got gauntlets. And I think that Rhea had gauntlets too. I don't know. And then I will grab the
Sosorova
chest.
knows everything.
That's true.
so-
Sosorova does know everything.
And well, yeah, and Sosorova knows everything. But then I'll like grab the chest and attempt to like hips thrust out in front of me to like balance the weight, like waddling a little bit, walking towards the door, like. Ugh.
Okay. Yeah. It's incredibly heavy.
And then also there's a desk in there.
Are you trying to make off with the chest or?
We're using these things to block the door.
Oh, this door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
all right.
cultist door. That was the whole point.
Yeah. I'm just checking. All right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I
The desk
bring
is
the
the desk
chest-
will just tip over, right? Like it's one of those like kind of thin, like it's a surface with a couple of drawers and then thin kind of like curved legs. The desk you could tip it over by accident.
Okay, you tip over the desk and then you place the iron chest in front of the desk so that there's a large piece of wood with weight behind it against the door. It's still something.
Yeah. That's fine. You can do that.
And there's also maybe other things in other rooms, but this is what I found in this room that looks vaguely heavy.
Okay.
Also, we can maybe, I don't know how these doors are. But
Bryn-
yeah,
Bryn, like
I
hears
bring-
the creaking sound of you trying to carry the chest and like comes in and here, honey, let me help.
Okay.
So
And
like
then I'll
Doing
just
great.
that. So like the chest and
the
then
chest and the desk. I think that they're the most useful things, unless it's like one of those easily.
I think it's like the desk is on its side. and then
Okay,
the
so
chest is, like-
here's the trick. The real trick isn't going to be moving all this shit. It's that you got to do it quietly, right?
Yeah.
You can't. No one can drop anything. You have to just be very, very careful about setting things down quietly. So, who is participating in this? Who's going to be doing this thing?
Bryn takes the chest from me.
I'm just getting ready to bean any cultist that comes through.
Yeah,
this
I want to
door.
know anybody who's like actively participating. November, if you do it
Bryn
alone,
takes the chest from me, and then I will wait for her in here at one side of the table, and then we'll both, when she like puts down the chest gently, we'll both get one side of the desk.
So
and
it's
then
Bryn and
place it.
November.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we're the ones.
all right, both of you make a stealth check.
Stealth.
Yeah.
Can we be like working together?
I mean, it's
I'm using. Hey, Bryn. Let's use our advantage that we got from giving money to sick kids.
Yeah, but I think I have disadvantage because I'm wearing chainmail, don't I?
It still fixes one problem
Yeah.
and gives you another. Just
Cool.
roll regular. Okay, so we
Cool.
have. Let me check. We have 9, so I'll make it 7,
Great. 16
and I will
That's
roll with
good
advantage.
for me rolling flat.
that is
with
very
nothing.
good. Yeah.
I get an 11.
All right. So
I mean, you did better than I did, and I actually have advantage.
I'm gonna need to.
Plus,
need to
cultist
roll.
passive perception.
Yeah, the
Probably
problem is
high,
it's
'cause they're a
passive
wisdom
perception. It's
spellcaster.
passive perception, but they'd have disadvantage because you're doing it with a wall in between you, and there's no way to give disadvantage to passive perception, right? So, like,
Tricky.
yeah, let me.
Just half it. That's how maths works, isn't it?
I mean,
Yeah,
Right,
maybe
I think it's more or less equivalent to
half.
like a plus or minus 5, I think, but not exactly.
it's like having
Yeah.
cover for the sound.
Yeah, it's like more or less minus 5. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I don't need to bother rolling. I'll just keep that in account. Okay. All right. So you're dragging shit around and moving things, and you're not doing it the most quiet possible, but they're in another room. If they were staying out in the hallway, there were a few times where like it's tense a couple of times. It's like
I like trip when crossing over the ditch that has the sewage water in it, and there's a moment where we both like freeze.
yeah, right. It's
and
like
look
that.
at each
What was
other
that?
and
What was
look at
that?
Zathra.
What was that movie with Jim from The Office and then the girl from Edge of Tomorrow?
The quiet one or quiet place.
Oh, The Quiet Place.
Yeah.
The Quiet Place.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
With
that was
Jim
intense.
from The Office. I'm like that one movie.
Yeah.
the only
So
one.
there are a few times where it's been like, and like something falls and makes a noise and everyone freezes and the door doesn't open and you continue like moving things around.
Sorry, I didn't mean to click
That's
that.
okay.
Good old Tim
Okay,
Halberd.
so we place the door with its flat surface on its side, so the flat top of the desk is facing the doorway, and then we put the chest behind that. So
yeah, you have to like take it out lengthwise, then pivot it and turn it.
It's a whole
frontwise.
Pivot.
Turn it frontwise so that it's big enough to cross, because it's like almost 10 feet. Like it's a big ass
the legs
desk,
off.
right? So it goes this way, and then that creates surface on the wall, and then the chest behind it. Okay, yeah, the chest is heavy. It would be heavier if it had stuff in it, but that's fine.
Okay,
It's probably the heaviest thing.
I suppose I'll like whisper, "Do we need more?"
I mean, if there's more, let's see.
Okay, so I'll go down. I'll go down the hallway. I assume Sather is still standing guard, and this was the second door here, Adam.
Yeah, there's another door here.
Okay, so I will listen at this second door.
All right, do it.
Perception 18.
You hear nothing on the other side of the door.
I will slowly open the door.
All right. You slowly open the door. On the other side, I got to zoom in because I got to be able to click this door. There it is. That's right.
Oh God, I'm so far away from this if that happens to me.
Yeah, so you open this door, and inside you see a kitchen. The kitchen is very warm. So you notice that right away, like warm air kind of like drifts out of there. You see a pair of cast iron stoves, right? One here and one here. That's what those are. Those are cast iron stoves. Two big cast iron stoves. There are, let's see, wooden trestle. There's a wooden trestle table for food prep, and there are shelves lined with plates, mugs, pots, utensils, and jars of ingredients and spices.
I mean, I don't think the table and the desk would fit in front of the door.
No, we could take stuff and like put things in the chest, but that's just going to be loud.
I mean, that way we'd know if they open the door, if it's loud. We could, I'll grab
There's also another
plates.
door out of the kitchen right here.
Oh, there's another door. Well,
Yeah,
I'll go to the other door and listen at that.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like at this point, Bryn
I
probably
get a
motions
6.
for Sathra to come over.
Yeah, I mean, Sather, if you want to be moving around, because they're, come on. But
now there's stuff in front of the door. Like,
yeah, I don't necessarily think
we're past the point of being sneaky about it.
All right.
There's stuff in front of the door. So.
Okay, what are we doing?
So in this room, again, you hear nothing on the other side, but this time you get a 1.
So there could have been.
There could have been, but you open it. This is the dining room. 2 wooden trestle tables with benches on either side. The room is brightly lit by 6 tall wrought iron candlesticks spaced along the wall. Each candlestick is 6 feet high and has 9 candles on top of it.
What about a bench jammed up against the door handle?
And we've already covered the door handle.
Oh, you already covered the door handle? Okay, with the desk, yeah.
I feel like the best potential solution would be to put a lot of noise-making utensils and dishes. So if they try and open the door...
We'd have to make noise to put them there, you know what I mean?
No, because you can set plates on a table, and then when they try and like open it, they'll fall off and crash and boom and bang. The plates being set themselves wouldn't make that much noise.
Chat makes a good point. If the map scale is to be believed, these benches are 15 feet long, but I don't think they have clearance. Like, how would you get a 15-foot long? I guess you could kind of angle it real carefully.
You have to pivot
through this. You'd have to, or they just assemble them inside.
Yeah,
they bought them at IKEA, flat packed them in, and
they
then
reduce object, and then they.
The problem is reduce object is not on the cultist spell list, right?
I think
if you're a
the
cultist,
feeling is we've already blocked the doorway as good as we.
I think it's as good as it's gonna get. Let's keep going.
Okay, so there's another door on Sofasorovo's
Now
side.
this is a set of double doors, which if you've ever been in a dungeon before, you know is a big deal.
Okay, well I'll listen at the double doors then and hope that I do better than a 1. I get a 22.
Like, how indented into the wall are these doors? Like, theoretically, if we opened the door, but we went in, and then we died, and we came back, is there enough of an alcove that it could still be both seeable as a door, but have a fog gate?
I was about to say, when you open it, there's a gate of fog on the other side. No, so you want to listen.
Does it say that our whole party has to be?
Yes,
there?
you can't actually cross it. Everybody else waits while the boss owns whoever goes in first. So at this door, you do hear something on the other side. You can hear, I think, let's see what's going on in this room. Okay, so first of all, the door itself is iron, which is like they'd be very heavy. It's like solid iron, not like banded
Damn.
iron either.
Overkill.
Here's the thing: the doors look like they do not belong down here. Like they look like they were scavenged from somewhere else.
Right.
They are old. They're discolored, especially down at the bottom.
So this is another one of the things where she purchased it because she's rich and she liked it.
Yeah, maybe
But
they're
then
like
she's
antique
I'm
doors.
just gonna put it in my
Yeah.
sewer, I guess.
Now, the door frame, which looks like it was also repurposed and the stones brought from somewhere else. Anybody speak Infernal? Sathra, you speak Infernal, right? You
I
can read
think
Infernal.
I speak one of them. I speak
I have
Infernal.
to check
yeah.
which one it is.
So there
Oh,
are.
not Abyssal Infernal. Okay.
No,
I speak Celestial, so I got nothing for you.
mine is Abyssal. So
Mine is
Abyssal? Okay, so
Infernal.
you don't understand it. Bryn recognizes the alphabet, but not the words. The words don't make sense. So it's written over top of the door
With
frame.
my tiefling blood, I learned Infernal somehow.
yeah,
Oh, you can
November knows
read
it.
Infernal. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yes, I
November. It says that which falls can rise again. When you put your ear to the door, you hear what sounds like a half dozen voices chanting together in Infernal. And as you
Nice.
listen for a moment,
Yeah.
you can understand, you discern that the chanting is some kind of like hymn or prayer or something. And you catch it seems to be in praise of some kind of mighty warrior.
Okay.
The only word you don't have a translation for
is the proper noun.
is the name. They appear to be praising someone named Zariel.
Cool. I turn to Bryn and Cicero, who are right behind me, and I put up like 5, and then I'm like, maybe one more.
Maybe 6. Yeah.
So I have 5 fingers and then like a question mark. Like it could be 6. You know, I don't have godlike hearing, so how am I supposed to know how many people are in the store?
Wait, is that 5 or 6 or 15?
Right. Like,
No, you do fingers like Roman numerals. It's 4 because you put it around that way.
What's Rome?
yeah, there's two people in the other room. They sounds
people?
like
2 syllables.
And then I make the like slitting throat motion, and then I look like question mark, whatever the question mark is in Forgotten Realms.
I smile under my mask, which you can only just see through my eyes, and go,
No.
Yeah.
I
Well,
go
the thing that
other side
maybe
of the hallway, and I do the like you first.
the thing that maybe nobody else understands is that in Yuan-Ti culture, this means I'm gonna kill everybody in the room in about 1 second. That's
Yeah.
what this hand sign means.
yeah,
so.
1 second. One.
Okay. Anyway, I step back from the doorway and I make a motion of like, go ahead, Sathra,
Oh,
you first.
why are we killing random people?
I mean, do we want to see what's in all of these other doors? Do we think they're
Yes.
important?
We're looking for a thing, not people.
We're
We don't
looking for a
actually care.
person.
This is where they're doing their chant thing.
We're
This is
looking
where
for
the
That mean they have the key?
Clearly, we're looking for Krieg. He
We're
could
looking
be
We're
for
not
the
praying
Krieg,
to
leaders.
Krieg.
Bryn thinks we need the key to get into the room. That's
I
my
agree, but I think the key is in this room where they're all chanting.
Okay, but
because
here's the
why
thing.
wouldn't it be?
Here's the thing, though. Like, we are looking for Krieg. I mean, it was fairly obvious that there was
He's
no
in the
one real
stone
special.
door.
Yeah. No, if you explain to Bryn that you think the key is in this room, then she will agree with you.
I
That's-
can't explain anything because I don't want to make noise. But I'm just saying that, like, we are looking for a person, and there are people in there.
Again, classic Dungeons and Dragons situation where it's like we all talk about this without saying anything. It's a lot of
All right,
pointing
friends.
and waving and thumbs up.
All right, friends, it's time to go. I open the door.
All right, and now
chums,
is this
let's do this.
is-
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's all good.
The room is full of many whelps. So is this a Leroy Jenkins situation? Is this I yank the doors open and charge in with my sword like Aragorn? Or is this I
step
peer
into
the room?
This is I step into the room like a cultist.
Okay,
Like I'm
all right.
supposed to chant with you.
I'm still dressed like a cultist. It's all
Okay,
good.
all right. So you're gonna open the door. All right.
Yeah.
Or try, unless it's
Sure.
locked.
Yeah. No, the doors are unlocked.
Aw,
You
sick.
pull them open. let me describe the
What
hellish,
the fuck is that?
the hellish undertemple that you are now witness to. So, 2 rows of tall wrought iron candlesticks light this vaulted chamber, each one bearing 9 flickering candles. A 7-foot-tall statue of an angel with white glowing eyes and a longsword stands atop a dais to the south. A 6-foot-tall fiend bristling with spines stands west of the statue, glaring down at 4 black-robed cultists who kneel and chant in the middle of the room, the faces hidden behind golden devil masks. 9 tapestries depicting what must be the 9 layers of hell adorn the walls. So you open the door into their totally sick heavy metal venue, and right in front of you, yes, you see a creature for whom I have a handout if the token was not cool enough. Take a look at this sick motherfucker right here. Look at this guy. He's covered in spikes. He's not wearing any
strategically
pants.
placed hand.
Yeah, that's right. He's covered in his devil peen, so you can't see
If I know
it.
anything about Barb Devils, this guy's pretty tough.
Yeah, so he
You open the door.
yeah, you open the door and he looks up and snarls as if like, what are you doing here? You're interrupting the ritual.
You know what? Second verse, same as the first. I have a great plan, and that plan is to point down the hallway and go, intruders, and try and get them to leave so we can fight less at one time.
Okay, so you're gonna point and shout, there are intruders?
Yeah, but the opposite way to the barricade, like the other way, the down the other hall, like this way.
Okay. Make a deception check.
Okay. 14.
All right. So you open the door and you point and you're like, there's intruders. I mean, yeah, it's deception, but like there actually are intruders. They're just you. The demon creature, the cultists don't pay attention to you. As to their discipline, they continue praying, and the demon looks at you and snarls. And in common, I think he speaks common.
This would be a devil, though, right?
Yeah, it's a devil.
Yeah.
He he doesn't speak, but he can communicate directly with your mind. So you hear his voice like oil slithering around in your brain, and he says, yes, there are intruders. And he takes a step down from the
and then I fucking charge.
yeah, right? So he like unfurls his claws. He's like, yes, there are intruders in our midst. And then you're like, well, fuck it.
Adam, it's literally like, yes, there are intruders. Boring conversation anyway. Great sword.
And you like run towards them. All right, so let's roll a bunch of initiatives because shit is about to pop off. So let me roll for this demon whose name is Odious.
Odious. Okay.
Yeah, he used to be in Guar, but he hasn't had a lot of work lately, and so. All right, and we'll roll for these cultists, which is good. Okay, and then everybody else, go ahead and roll your initiative.
Remember, big trouble, pals.
I know.
Big trouble.
I know.
Okay,
It's fine. This is what I'm here for.
You just got to crit it and kill him one.
Well,
You'll get one shot. You better not miss. Kill me in one shot.
3.
Okay, all right. So is everybody's on the
I
list?
use them, and I've got 2 smites.
Okay, so it looks like Odious is first.
Odious is first, indeed.
Odious the Barb Devil. Now let's see, can he get close enough? Can he charge in and attack you? He could, but I think he's going to instead use his once per day special ability. Let's see. All right, so I'm looking for, I'm gonna roll a D100. I'm looking for between 1 and 30. Otherwise, nothing happens. Oh shit! All right, so he looks at you, and he puts his hand up and he snaps. And there is a tearing sound, and in front of you, reality itself rips open, The fabric of time and space bends and tears. There is a wind that suddenly like rattles through the tunnels, smelling of sulfur, and you feel the hot breath of hell upon your face as our boy summons another friend to join him.
Cool.
Summon a variance.
Let's see.
Feels bad.
Let's see here.
Oh.
Okay, and he can do this within what distance?
It's another barb devil. Are
There
you
are now
fucking
2 of them
serious?
within 60
We
feet.
run away. We are going.
Yeah, he conjures one in front,
Running.
and it appears like it tears open this portal and climbs up out of hell, snarling, ready to do its friend's business. And then when he's done, as if prescient, he turns behind him to the wall. And I just love that this happened this way. So at the back of the room, a secret door bursts open as if kicked from the other side, and into the room strides Duke Thalambra Van Thamper.
Oh god.
So she kicks the door open with her enormous boots. She's rolling up her sleeves as she comes in, and you just
Does he
hear
say "Yay, verily"?
exactly. Oh yeah! As she bursts into the room, her hands crackling with eldritch energy, and I think she shouts, "Who interrupts my ritual?" And she sees the group of you in the door, and like her hands start to flicker with green flames.
Okay, here we go.
And so that I think she's gonna move into the room. So she's gonna go up here into the middle of the cult. That's right.
Just shut the door, and then we'll use one of those really long benches.
Yeah.
to
So
close it.
so yeah,
I've got a plan.
mom is here. She's ready to rock. There she is. So the Duke Van Thamper emerges into the room from a secret door behind. So I'll just place that on the map layer so you can now see where that secret door is. So Sorovo, it is your turn.
Okay, because what we actually need here
Mm-hmm.
is a reason to send the cops after her. So I'm going to attempt to read her mind.
Wait, do we though? Is that really why
Yes.
we're here?
Yes. If I get this and I transcribe it into a thought,
Mm-hmm.
that's as much as a confession if she's thinking about murdering us or the cult,
I
and
don't.
then I'll give that to the cops.
You
'cause
won't
we're
be able
leaving.
to because you'll
As
be
the
dead.
cops, I don't think it's going to do anything.
Also, the fact that
Max,
we're
go
not-
I like that, Bryn. As a police, I need to tell you,
Like-
this isn't gonna work.
Remember that part where we had evidence that they were terrible people and we were like, we can't show it to them.
So Sorovo, your plan is perfect, right up until the point where it requires that the Flaming Fist care about the law.
And also, it's like she's planning on. We wanted to find out how she was planning on taking down the city and what happened to Thavius Krieg and Elturel. The cops
Yeah, and
have
it's-
already shown that they're
Well, so
defensive.
this
To summon
becomes
devils.
this becomes the question, right? In Baldur's Gate and in the Forgotten Realms in general, is it illegal to worship an evil entity, right? Is what's going on down here simply freedom of religion, or is she committing a crime by organizing a cult? Are they allowed or not? Like, are you legally allowed to congregate and worship an evil god like Bane, for example, or is the actions you take as a congregation, is that illegal, right? We don't know.
I mean, knowing what I know about barb devils, what I know about this situation is we're fucking dead. So
Yeah, so
it doesn't
that's-
matter
that's my
either
thinking.
way.
so my thinking is
But this is
that's as much as we can salvage from this situation as we run away. Right? Like that's what I'm doing.
Right. So
If
the
it doesn't
idea is
come to
here is
anything.
it's a foregone conclusion you're going to flee, but you
Yes.
want to try to like rob her brain of some usable information before you do.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that seems fine.
I mean, maybe she knows where the key is. Sure.
Okay, so surface thoughts.
Okay.
What have I got?
I mean, Thalambra Van Thamper is not the kind of person to bury her surface thoughts. Her surface thoughts are, I am going to kick the living shit out of these people. They're in the middle of I'm in the middle of something right now and you are interrupting. How dare you? So her thoughts are, I'm going to whoop you good.
Does she specify in the thought what she was in the middle of? Like, how dare you interrupt my bath?
I believe she said my prayers. So for daring to interrupt her prayers, you now are going to get a whooping.
Okay. So I only need to cast the spell as an action this turn. I don't still have to be able to see her after I run, but I can still take the action next turn to get further in because I've made the link, but she'll get to make the save next turn.
That's right. Okay.
So I am going to go ahead and do we want to run the way we came, or are we going to
just going to give you the Duke's elbow? Yeah, she's thinking about bouncing off the back ropes and clotheslining you.
At least the way we came, we know what's there, and we've already
Yeah, and there's the gap, so we don't have to go back through the house. We could go into the sewers. So I'm going to go that way.
If anybody out there is looking for some like sick ass Dungeons and Dragons related family cosplay, just have your whole family dress up like the Van Thampers. Please, I want this.
That'd be so great.
Okay, all right. So you cast the spell, you reach out for her mind, you get that loose connection, and then you run off.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, I'm out.
Sathra,
everyone.
you have a barbed devil, and actually, I should roll a separate initiative for this devil. There we go. But the devil hasn't gone yet. And that's what it says in the Bible. If the devil hasn't gone yet, you can still run away and you won't get an attack of opportunity on you.
I guess like seeing Sosorovo ditch out and one devil was okay. I was willing to fight one devil. Two devils is a little more than I bargained for. Plus Duke Van Thamper. So I'm going to get the hell out of there as well, I think. It's like it's a sensible choice.
Milady.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And then 2 more. 55, 60 around the corner.
Bye. Okay, so you
like,
dash around the corner. Perfect. Okay. All right. November.
I don't know why everyone's running.
Because
fear.
We're gonna die.
Yeah, fear is why. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I look at the door and I see these people and I'm just, basically rolling my sleeves up, except for I'm not because I have bracers, but and then the person beside me starts running and I'm like, oh, okay. And I think I'm not enough of an idiot to get into this fight with 2 of my companions fleeing. So I'm going to, and I don't have to make an attack.
There's no attack of opportunity. No, you can run.
Okay. So I'm going to use 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet of movement. I'm going to toss back Bryn, were you hurt?
I am not at full health.
Okay.
So what you got to do now is run into that room with all the other cultists in it and then just be like, which one of us is the bad guy? Who even knows?
We can't because we blocked off the door.
I'm kidding. Obviously, they don't.
Kills us all.
Yeah,
and they're a cult of murderers. They will murder all of them.
What are you going to do? Kill all the cultists?
Well, I think that Sosorovo is also pretty hurt. So I'm going to I'm going to cure wounds Sosorovo. And
thank you.
I'm going to reach out, touch you, and cure wounds you and forfeit my action. But
thanks.
You were very hurt and we're running for our lives, so better to have more hit points.
What a kind and gentle choice to make. Very well then. Okay, so that's your turn, November. You're good.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Bryn, you are face to face with literal servants of hell, pouring forth. I think probably the words on the door that used to be in infernal, they've now shifted. They're in celestial now, and it says, "Go for it."
To get me killed. Is that what this has been about the whole time?
In celestial, it pretty much just says giver.
My land dread, she curses under her breath. But it's Bryn, so she's not gonna let anyone. She's gonna bring up the rear. So she will kind of, I guess, get here so she can defend both of them if and when they are inevitably chased down. And she will ready an action that if anything comes in melee range, she will attack it.
Okay. Yeah. So you're backing up with your weapon. Yeah. Okay. All right. So the cultists, they're mid-ritual. And I think we see one of them look up at the Duke, should we stop praying? And she finishes rolling up her sleeve and she looks down and she's like, "You 4 keep praying. You 2 go get them." So the cultists do nothing this turn.
If
Now-
we can fight him in the hallway, then maybe we're
This
okay.
is the funny thing about these barbed devils is that technically, so Odious, the main devil, right? Devil Prime summons a barbed devil. The barbed devil itself could theoretically has a 1 in 3
can't.
chance of
In
summoning
rules,
another
it cannot
barbed
do
devil.
so.
Why not?
Because it says specifically that summoned barbed devils cannot summon other barbed devils.
Yes, there it is. Acts as an ally and cannot summon another devil. Yeah, it's one. Because I was gonna say that's
They
like
cannot do that. You used to be able to do that.
yeah,
but they cannot do
that has to be a change because like there's no way, right? Like yeah, fractal barbed devils. Because otherwise you got a 1 in 3 chance you can keep conjuring devils, so you're okay. But they did get it, so there is an extra one. Odious is going to give chase, so he can move 30.
It's fine. Get them both within 30 feet of me.
Yeah, so he can move 30. So
Paladin.
he charges
Okay,
past the Duke, gets out here, and then yeah, runs up to you, so you can make that attack.
I am gonna use one of my auto crits,
Hell yeah. Okay.
and I am gonna hit it. So,
Okay.
I'm going to just, and then I am going to
Smite it.
So, let's roll.
Math time.
I guess
68.
3d6.
It's 68 plus whatever your
Yeah, roll them
battle
separately,
axe
right?
is.
Yeah, so
roll
my
your,
battle axe
roll your slashing damage first, and then roll your
is-
radiant smiting damage.
So it should be 2d8 plus 3.
That
for my
probably
battle
halved.
axe. That was not the command. Okay, that's the command. Wow,
Oof.
terrible.
God.
Well,
So
it's
6
cut
on the battle axe.
It's cut in half anyway. So yeah, obviously this thing's demonic flesh. Like you learned all kinds of stuff about fighting demons.
Yeah.
In your former life.
This is what's really confusing to me.
Mhm.
The Hellriders have ancestral swords that are not silvered.
Yeah, because the Hellriders.
They learn nothing.
This is the thing, right? Is that they were formed to ride into hell. They failed, and now they
'Cause
became. And then they
didn't
became the
do
well,
this.
no. So this is the thing. They became the military of Elturel. So
Yeah.
it's a legacy of riding into hell, but they don't do that anymore. So they don't have silvered weapons because too expensive. They dull fast, and they're not stabbing a lot of demons. They haven't
wait,
for a long time because they
we-
failed.
We still need that radiant damage, right?
Oh yeah. there you
Yes.
go,
So yeah,
23.
another 23 radiant damage. That does harm and also like
Extra
offend.
harm.
Yeah, it hurts him and also like offends him
Good.
deeply. Yeah.
She hisses at the demon and she's like,
Ow.
but she's like, my line dry, I hate you.
Yeah. So your
She curses out her angelic voice.
your axe is glowing with divine energy. You cut into the demon. The blade itself doesn't do much, but the glorious light of your god harms the creature who hisses angrily. And then I believe that was his turn, right? Because he doesn't have enough
Yeah, he double moved.
move. Yeah, he just double moved. Okay. All right. So his friend does not have that problem and comes running out next to him and leaps at you, claws
Hey, Brain.
slashing.
Okay.
Brain
or Sosorovo?
He's got multiple attacks, so we'll hand him out as we go.
Okay.
Cool.
So he's got a tail attack and 2 claws. So let's start with Bryn. First claw attack, I get a 17.
That misses.
Nice. Second claw attack against Bryn. A 15. So we'll just keep attacking you, Bryn. Tail attack. 23.
That'll hit.
Okay.
Ugh!
So 8 piercing.
Ow.
Yeah. So while you're busy like fending off his, because you parry with your axe, right? And you just
She's a shield.
Oh, you have a shield as well? Okay, so you're blocking hits, you're parrying. While you're doing that with the claws, the tail comes up over the top, and then like a scorpion stabs down and hits you in the shoulder.
Like I have resistance to certain damage. Could have been
Okay.
necrotic.
So claw, tail, that's all happening. And then the Duke, never one to let anybody else do her dirty work. She comes out and
Shit, I thought maybe the 2 devils would be. Oh god.
she's going to cast Eldritch Blast.
I don't even think I can run away from
Jesus
this.
Christ.
So she's gonna Eldritch Blast Sosorovo.
I'm gonna impose disadvantage on it.
So she
My
can you do it if it's a missile weapon?
Yes.
Yes. Let me throw this.
Flings the Eldritch Blast. They are bursts of hellfire, though they deal force damage.
Yeah, it's when a creature you can see attacks a target other than you.
Perfect. Oh, right, because this is your shield imposition.
Yeah,
you're blocking for Sosorovo. Yeah. Okay, all right, so disadvantage. She's pretty much throwing fastballs, so she gets a 14. Is that enough to hit you, Sosorovo?
Nope.
Okay, and then her second Eldritch Blast.
I got that was it.
Second Eldritch Blast?
So
she casts 2 spells a turn?
She throws one Eldritch Blast, and then she throws another one. So the second one, same target, Sosorovo. This one doesn't have disadvantage, right?
Oh,
unless we want to give one of our donations. Give it.
Wait,
no, it's you use your reaction to do it, so you only get to do it once.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you use when you use your held action, does that count as a reaction?
Oh,
it does. Yeah.
Yes, it does. So you didn't have. Yeah, we'll leave it. We know for now, right? We'll leave that first one because the dice already hit the table. We moved on.
One extra disadvantage is not going to save us.
But yeah, so you get hit with this one. You take 11 force damage, Sosorovo.
Thanks for the heal. That would have put me down otherwise.
Yeah.
Clutch.
So she throws one. It bounces off of, and I imagine because she's got these like huge, giant, like ropey pitcher's arms. So yeah, she's just like overhand throwing them, and it's as much with how hard she throws it as it is what it's made of. And the second one, I think, hits the shield, deflects off, and throws you bodily against the door. Sosorovo, and you take 11 force damage. It is your turn.
She even has invocations. It feels bad.
It's your turn, Sosorovo. What are you gonna do?
Oh, also, by the way, I'm out of smites.
Oh, we're dead. Okay.
I mean, we were dead in the first place.
Yeah.
All right. Just go be lucky. All right.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna try and probe her mind further. Give me this.
Okay. All right. So she makes a saving throw.
Wisdom saving throws.
Okay.
DC 14. Oh, that feels bad.
All right. She rolls a. She has advantage on. Is this it's not a charm or frightened effect because it doesn't apply either of those. Okay. She gets a 5.
I've got her deeper thoughts.
Okay.
Is that enough to get incriminating evidence?
You don't have time to like dig through the thoughts though, is the thing. Like it's like you grab a bunch of her brain power.
I grab a bunch and I will have those now and I can print those out later.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Do you have to maintain concentration because you did just get hit for 11 damage? Is detect thoughts concentration?
Question. Yeah, sorry,
yeah, it's okay.
I think it is actually, so we'll see. Yeah, it sure is. I will make that save.
Okay. So it's just DC 10, right? Because it was 11 damage.
Yep.
Yeah, you're fine. Okay, so everything continues as usual.
Yeah,
so you steal a bunch of Duke Thalambra Van Thamper's brain stuff.
All right, sick. So that's my action. I think it's an action. Just closed it. Sorry. Tech thoughts. On your action on each turn, spell ends. Yes. Okay. Great. Perfect.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna run away.
Okay.
Ah!
Okay. All right.
So attack of opportunity?
Yeah, Odious and the other Barb Devil. Yeah, they both get one quick claw attack. I got a 16.
I cast shield as a reaction.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I didn't cast a spell. I concentrated on a spell.
Yeah, it's concentrated on an existing spell, so you're good. And then the second claw attack is a 17, so both miss, right?
Praise you.
Yeah, right. So the two of them like lunge for you with a claw attack, and they hit the invisible force field that you just like suddenly conjure up to protect yourself. Sathra, you hear Sosorovo come running by.
Fuck
you
it.
see, I think you see if you look around the corner, you see sewage like spilling out onto their hat.
4, 5, 6.
Running.
I get to hear, and then I Eldritch Blast, I guess, Odious.
Yeah.
This
one?
guy?
Yep.
Because, like, fuck it. Here we are.
Yeah, Bryn
I don't
knows,
think all of us are getting out. So
Bryn knows, like, off the top of her head that, like, if you kill the devil that summoned the devil, then both the devils will go away.
Oh, okay. Well, that's helpful.
So,
okay,
Bryn, you know to focus
so
on.
it doesn't fucking matter.
No, the Eldritch Blast goes wide and does not hit the hit the target.
All right, cool. That's what I got.
All right, November.
I am going to roll a morale check.
That seems reasonable.
I'm a weenie. I got a 9. So I turn into a rat and I scurry for the sewer tunnel.
Okay. So hold on. That it's not actually a tunnel. Don't misunderstand. It's a spigot that water is coming out of. You can't go into it unless you're like a fish or a frog or something.
Well, then I'll scurry for the sewer, the actual like disgusting muck, and just like get into the water and try and get away.
Okay. Yeah.
Like if everyone's convinced that we're gonna die, and then I just like.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not calling your intent into question.
Bad, yeah.
I'm just thinking about there's no. So I want it to be clear to you that there's no like tunnels to escape through, or like if you can hide in the muck, but it doesn't go anywhere different.
Do you mind if we do a quick out of character thing?
Sure, yeah, of course.
Because I just want to double check.
Yeah.
This is really bad.
Yeah.
Are we all going to be happy if some of us run away?
It's cool. I don't
totally fine.
Yeah,
Bryn will 100%.
Well, because like it was just two of us were running away, and then we weren't, and then like I just wasn't sure, but it just feels like everyone's saying
it's valid. It's valid taking
a winnable.
It's totally valid at this point, taking a timeout and looking at the map and being like, okay, what is the smart thing for us to do?
Out of character, I will not be upset. Whatever happens, it's all good. Do your thing.
Bryn, the only reason she didn't run further is she is here to protect you all, so she will be the last person out. Like she's going to do whatever she can to protect all of you. So if November turns into a rat and runs away, she will be very happy because November is now safe.
Well, yeah, and just like, I don't know, we were running. That was the thing. And then we got stopped because they came up at us. But like, Sosorovo still ran. So I feel like that's...
It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. No, you running. And you also would remember that there was that like bars that led into the rest of the sewer.
That's right.
That's a place you could escape from if you could get back there. Yes.
That's where I would like to start going to. So I guess if that's not a way into the sewer, like I thought it was, then
no, those are just like water. Like again, if you were a frog or a fish or something and someone placed you into the water, you could get away. Yeah. Okay, so tell me what you want to do with your action, November.
My action
you can't
is to
be
turn
something with a
actually, I think my action is going to be I'm going to move first and then change when I'm out of sight.
Yeah, that's a good move.
Because I have more movement speed as a tiefling and I'm not in anyone's area of opportunity. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then I'll turn into a rat. And I look back at Sathra and my eyes are really wide and like really scared. And then I like shrink down to really small and I make squeaking noises.
Sathra's like already turned around to like be like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. So you, where did you land on the change shape, right?
Right here.
No, but you are going to turn into a rat? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a rat's the only thing I can think of that can get through those. You said that they were like too thin for a human-sized thing, so probably too thin for a dog, and a rat's more like
a rat. Yeah, rats are made out of jello, so you're fine.
Yeah, and rats more likely to have company in the sewer and be less likely to be looked at.
Yeah.
In the sewer than a dog.
Turn into a sewer gator.
I can't turn into anything with a swim speed.
Dang. Sewer crocodile. Wait, crocodiles can swim too.
That's what I was going to say, but you on top of it.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to, let's see here. I don't have a rat form for you yet, but I will add one.
Oh, it's fine. I just hope I don't get hit when I'm a rat.
Yeah.
I mean, worst case, you just turn back into.
Nobody saw you turn into the rat, so they don't know to attack you.
And I'm assuming rats are fairly common around here.
Yeah. You haven't seen
a rat.
any?
There's just another rat sitting next to you, like eating cheese.
I'm 100% sure you have mentioned the sewer has rats in it, like before.
I don't think we've seen not in this dungeon. The other one definitely. I mentioned rats, but anyway, whatever. Okay, all right. Well, I'm not gonna go out of my way to like fuck with this rat to make it so you can control it. So whatever, you're fine. You're a rat.
Yeah, the only thing that matters is if someone like comes around at me. Otherwise, I'm just running.
Okay. So, Bryn, what are you gonna do?
Okay, from a mechanical perspective, I
Maybe dodge action?
I like how you said that like you were
so
kind
I've
of
got
drunk.
two-
That was good. So, what the fight? What are we gonna do?
Like,
What
I
am-
just gave up on life and drank a lot. So no, I
Yeah,
have two
here we
channel
go.
divinities, and I'm gonna use one of them, but I have turn the unholy or sacred weapon. So one will allow my weapon to actually deal damage. The other one theoretically would force these bearded devils to flee from me.
Yeah.
For a minute or however long it lasts.
I will tell you out of game, my next action is to try and hold person the Duke.
Okay. So if we do that, then that would probably increase our odds of running away.
Yeah. So turn and hold. If they both go off,
If they both work, we can get out of here.
All right, cool. Then I'm going to do that rather than sacred weapon. But I'm also going to pop because I feel like this is the moment where Bryn she has been instructed to do something
Yeah.
by her angelic whisper voice that she does not like. And so she like closes her eyes for a moment, takes a breath, and they pop open. But instead of being eyes, they're like glowing teal. And the tiny halo that you normally see like glinting around her, where you think that it's like just a trick of the light, like turns into this massive radiant sort of tiara around her, and then like pops open like eyeballs around her head,
So
and
cool.
spectral wings sprout from her back as I
Terrifying.
use my radiant soul. She is terrifying, but also beautiful.
Yeah, it's your Galadriel. You're Galadrieling all over
and
these
so-
nerds.
Burn
She-
advantage.
Transforms for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But during this, I have a flying speed of 30 feet, and once for each of my turn, I can deal extra radiant damage to one target when I deal damage with an attack or spell. So wait, sorry, I've got to. Oh no, that she has to do second because that's the action. So the first one is going to be, she starts glowing, and we channel divinity. So first, I turn the unholy. We do this one first. The
Okay.
next
be
turn.
gone.
All right.
So wisdom saving throw, everything with a fiend or undead in 30 feet.
Do we want to burn advantages on this? Like to
Yeah.
give them
Yeah, throw 'em
disadvantages?
off.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
I would
we
like
have,
to
we have 7 left.
give both of the fiends disadvantage, and they on wisdom saving throw, the DC is my spell save, I assume, which
Yeah.
is 12.
So we're giving 2 fiends disadvantage. Okay.
Yep.
We have 5.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
Yeah, sorry. Next turn I can do the other cool things, but she starts glowing. It's very impressive.
Okay. So
She's just like, get back, but she says it in Celestial.
this thing that I'm highlighting, chat, this applies to this, right? They have, so I'll just say it. They have magic resistance. So saving throws, advantage in saving throws against spells and other magical effects, which are like, I guess,
This is a
everything in the
magical
game.
effect.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's it's
Well,
just a
then
regular
they don't have
roll.
advantage or disadvantage.
Yes,
Yep.
just a regular roll. Okay, and this is a wisdom save
Yes.
against DC 14,
12.
12.
12. Okay, so
Roll bad,
summoned
Adam. One time.
summon devil first. 12,
Damn it.
and then odious. Got a 9.
Okay.
It's one.
Okay,
Better
so
than
he
none.
gets
Okay, so-
gets turned.
Yep. For its action, it can use the dash action or try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving.
It's not magic. Yeah, it is. Like the ability to repel evil creatures with the power of your faith. That's magic. That's a magical effect. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
oh no, I'm totally like
Yeah,
divine. is
I'm talking to
effective magic.
chat who's like, it's not magical. I'm like, well, then what is it? Can you do
Well,
it?
and it also makes sense because like low level fiends wouldn't have that, but and like low level undead doesn't.
Yeah.
The higher.
Well, and
like,
we were talking. I was talking about this on
lich should be
another
able to
stream.
beat effects.
Magic resistance is the thing they give a monster to help it be a boss monster. It's just like this just makes it easier to or harder to fight. So it's a boss.
Yeah.
monster.
Yeah.
Like me,
5e's
for
got two.
instance.
Yeah, that's right.
It's got like one dial on everything.
Yeah.
And it says it is like neutral, advantage, or disadvantage. That's just
Yeah.
how it goes.
Yes. Yeah.
The Bryn's
okay.
eyes glow as she like puts up her holy symbol, which it's probably her like it's in her sword or her axe, and says in Celestial, "Leave."
Yeah, and Odious takes that very seriously, and will. So this lasts for a minute, right?
Mm-hmm. Or until it takes damage.
All right, and that's a minute is 10 rounds. Same length of time as your Galadriel effect. Yep. Okay.
Yes, but the Galadriel effect won't start until next turn. I have to use
both
another action
actions.
for it. I forgot.
Oh, you haven't used the Galadriel effect yet?
No.
Okay. All right.
She's just glowing, but not
Okay.
as
All right.
intensely.
So you turn the unholy. Let's see. Turn for a minute. Turn creature must spend its turn strike. Okay, so nothing happens now.
No.
And it can only dash and just try to get the hell away from you. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Good. There you go. Okay. Anything else, Bryn?
Nope, that is her turn. She's very much intending to prevent others getting hurt. So
Okay. All right. So there's a bunch of loud noises. People are casting spells.
Do you
Duke
want to get
Thalambra
within
is shouting.
5 feet of your allies, though?
yes, that's a good idea. So I guess I use my action so the one that isn't can get a. Nope, they use a reaction on Sosorovo.
Yeah,
used
so
to
she's
one.
Yes.
back
Yeah. They
up
haven't
to-
gotten their AO attack of opportunities again, so you can fall back. Yep.
Be in 5 feet.
All right. Okay. So there's a bunch of noise and stuff. The cultists in the main room have been instructed to
keep praying.
pray. The door over here, Sosorovo, you've got great dark vision. You see the door open because it opens in. But then the cultist is like, somebody's piled a bunch of stuff in front of the door. And he like looks and he's like, there's a fight going on. Check the other door.
Order. Use the other door. Use the other door.
Well, and he says that he's like, someone check the other door. Hey, you help me with this. And so the cultists are all kind of like rallying their shit and like trying to figure out what the effing S is going on in their dungeon. Okay, so they're all kind of shuffling around. This is a turn of them just being chaotic. Odious has to run away. So he's got to use his full move to just dash. He dashes away. Duke Thalambra is like, where are you going? You're incompetent. I'm surrounded by incompetence. And she turns back and she's like, you made my devil run away. I'm going to get you for that. And she shouts at the other devil, you're not a coward, are you? You're the top devil now. Go get him. And the devil looks at her like, whatever, I was going to do it anyway. And he runs to attack you. Yeah, he has no reason to stay back. He's going to just throw himself wholeheartedly in your direction. So he comes running up and he's going to attack Bryn. So claw attack.
Great. Bring it. Bryn might go down, y'all.
I get a 12.
Miss.
That misses.
And claw attack. I get a 7. So that's fine. And then a tail. Tail swings in. I get an 18.
That hits.
You take 12 piercing damage.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Now, they're dealing, and I guess this is why he attacked. They're dealing non-lethal damage. They're not trying to kill you. They're trying to take sacrifices. So you are knocked
great.
unconscious.
Great, thanks.
Yeah.
Worry, we're gonna rescue you later, hopefully.
So you are down, and you are still technically in your costume, and now you're sleeping. Okay. All right. And then the Duke, she doesn't have to move. She's just gonna stand back here hurling eldritch blasts at everybody.
Bring it.
So Sathra,
I have magic resistance.
she's gonna eldritch blast you. Yeah, I mean eldritch blast isn't a saving throw, right?
Yeah, but it's still a disadvantage, isn't it?
No.
Magic resistance?
No, magic
Oh,
resistance
wait.
doesn't. No, it doesn't give you
Wrong.
disadvantage on magic attacks. Yeah, just advantage on saves.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, you're right.
Okay, so first eldritch blast coming in hot across the plate. I get a 25.
You hit me.
Okay, you take 13 force damage,
Cool beans.
and the second blast, 13.
Cool, I'm down. I went.
No,
first.
it's a 13 to hit. You
Oh,
dodge the second one.
okay.
Yeah, no, you're okay on that second one. Yeah, 13 force damage on the first one, and then the second one, I rolled the 13, so you're fine.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah, okay, all right. So Srovo, it is your turn.
We'll be back for you.
You're doing it. You're doing a good job, Paladin. Bye.
Yeah, get out of there.
Bye.
Okay.
Yep, that's just a double move as far as I can go.
Okay. All right. And then Sathra.
Can a devil understand me?
Probably.
Cool, I suggestion it.
Oh wait, hang on. No, because it speaks Infernal and has telepathy up to 120 feet.
But if it has telepathy, then...
But with telepathy, I think it has to actively, like, you can't force your way into its brain to make it. Like, if you speak Common, it won't understand you. Yeah, how does... Let me look at how telepathy works for monsters, because I'm not sure what that means exactly.
Okay.
Monsters, telepathy. Here we go. It has to make the connection, right? Here we go. Telepathy is a magical ability that allows you to communicate mentally with another creature within range. The contacted creature doesn't need to share a language, but it must be at least able to understand at least one language of any kind. Creature without telepathy can receive and respond to telepathic messages, but can't initiate or terminate. Okay, so you cannot. It has to initiate the conversation with you, which it has not done. But Duke Thalambra Vanthamper can understand you.
Yeah, but I don't know what I would tell her to do.
Fuck off.
Like
call off your
demons.
Go back to praying.
So okay, so yes.
Go back to praying.
Let me just like just for a thing. So the call off your demons. If you did want to go that way, just so you don't feel like I'm pulling the rug out from under you, the Barb Devil that is fighting you is not her demon. It's the other ones. So she can't unsummon it or do anything to it. It doesn't respond to her, right?
I mean,
but you could get her to fuck off.
Could you suggest to her that like, oh, we're like actually
go back.
Like, oh, you took care of the problem. We're here to, everything.
I'm just wondering if that's worth more than hold person. The other thing is the range probably requires that I would have to move forward. Yeah.
Oh, and where did we land on Turn Undead still works after you get knocked out because it's a single terrifying burst, not a constant. So he's going to be afraid of you whether you're conscious or not. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Like
okay.
Yeah.
So I can't suggestion from where I am because it's only a 30-foot range, so I cannot reach her. But what I can do is hold person. So I am going to lock a different kind of gaze and try and freeze her in place.
Okay.
So that I can get the fuck out.
Yeah, so you just hold person on her?
Without her throwing shit at me.
Yeah, and hold person gives her the
14
paralyzed condition.
DC 14 wisdom save. I'll link hold person. So.
Yeah, thank you. All right, I will make that wisdom save. She does not have advantage on her wisdom saves. Yeah. But she's pretty
Do we
wise.
want to use one of the disadvantages then?
Yeah, let's
you want to give her a disadvantage? Okay. All right, here we go. Duke Thalambra Vanthamper with disadvantage. DC is what? 13?
14.
Here we go. I got a 9.
Okay, she's held.
All right. I only have the capacity to envision hold person as being a series of concentric rings that drop from the top of the screen and like wrap around you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You also have to say sticks to snakes when you cast it. So she freezes in place. She's grappled. This means she is paralyzed. So the paralyzed condition, for those of you listening,
a paralyzed creature is incapacitated and can't move or speak. It automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet.
I'm really tempted to just try and sprint for her and just
I'm
like
coming for
fucking
you.
like. I feel like that would be the Sathra move here, but there's a Barb Devil in the way.
So she can feel the magic start to take hold. And you can see her resisting, right? She grits her teeth and stares at you and flexes her muscles and she snarls and she's like, "Your pitiful magic can't hurt." And then her face just kind of goes blank and she's like freezes like a statue.
You know what? The most I can move is 30 feet away. This devil will catch me. I'm doing it.
You're gonna just run for it.
I am just gonna sprint at the Landra. To try
an incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions.
So she can't do shit.
Yeah.
But she gets another save next turn. It won't be a disadvantage.
4, 5, 6 there. That's the
so
maximum.
the devil lashes out with a claw.
Yeah, bring it.
The devil hasn't had a turn yet, so I don't think. Right?
It hasn't used its attack of
turn.
That's all good.
Sorry.
That was last turn.
Anyway, I get a 12. So
yeah, you miss.
You're fine. Yep. Okay. So Rat November.
I'm for some. Oh, I was using a different thing. Okay, cool.
I'll clean that up.
I crossed myself out.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck this! I'm out.
Sorry, I'm trying to get your ugly line. There you go. Move.
Why is it that my characters always get captured by evil cults?
Don't worry, don't worry. I'm about to get captured with you. Don't even
The
worry.
funny thing is that if they
than-
capture you and they take you back to the prison, Rhea's gonna be like, "Oh, hey guys, you." Oh no! And then she'll fight them and then probably get knocked out herself. Okay.
Yes, so I get to where
Feels like
Zosovo
a
is,
rat.
So you
and I'm just
scramble
frantically
away.
rat scrambling.
Okay. All right. Bryn, you don't have to make death saves. You were
ready for
unconscious.
that sacrifice.
The-
She's having an argument with Melandra.
The other cultists.
Dreams.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You're like approaching the threshold. Okay. So the other cultists go. I think this is the turn they realize like they blocked this one too. So you, I guess maybe, nah, Bryn, you're the only one conscious. Can you make, what's your passive perception, Sathra?
Hang on one second. 8 is 11.
Okay. All right. So here's what you hear. You hear rattling and clacking as they try to push over the desk or whatever.
Yep.
And he's like, it's blocked. And you hear from someone far away, you hear like, they blocked this one too. And then you hear, try the secret door. And the other one's like, what secret door? And he's like, the one in the hall. I'm like, I don't know about a secret door. And somebody else is like, everybody stop talking about the secret door. It's a secret. And then there's just like shouting from the cultists over here. Meanwhile, Odious, the bravest little devil in the world, runs away.
If only the other devil had failed to save us.
Right, it would have totally turned the fight.
We're gonna turn this.
Turn Undead is incredibly powerful, but it's quite swingy. Okay, so Odious flees. The second Barb Devil turns, sees Sathra going for Duke Van Thamper.
It doesn't care about.
Yeah, he doesn't care about the
fucking-
Duke. I'm gonna roll randomly to see who he goes after. So we'll say 1, 2, and 3 it's Sosorovo. 4, 5, and 6 it's Sathra.
Let's find out today.
There we go. It is Sosorovo. So
Well,
Sathra.
as long as Duke Thalambra Van Thamper fails or saved.
Yeah.
it might be okay.
Well, what's great is you're gonna show up, yeah, and she'll just like either be ready for you to get like you'll run in and hit her, or just as you run up, she'll just be like getting her dukes up.
Adam,
Dukes.
preemptively, she has disadvantage for her next.
Okay, so give me a second here. So the Barb Devil is gonna move. Did I ever tell you the Barb Devil story? Remind me to sometime about the art and how they got it wrong and how there was.
You definitely should.
Yeah, it's a good one. Okay, so what do we got? 30 feet, so 60. The spiny fellow.
He's like on your tail, but not at you. I don't.
Yeah, he
think.
can't get you, but he's right behind you. And I think these
That
Barb
really
Devils
helps me out. Thank you.
I think for these Barb Devils, they run like on their hands and their feet.
Yeah,
Like I think
like,
they fall forward and like run along that way. And so this one, they're like lickers from Resident Evil. So this one, I think he runs. He gets so much momentum coming around the corner that he like hits this wall and then has to like bounce off it as he runs towards you. And like he's running furiously, slaver dripping from his jaws, his claws scratching on the floor as he comes barreling down the hallway towards you. So Sorovo, Duke Thalambra Van Thamper needs to make a saving throw. You want to use another disadvantage? Okay. So this is the thing. They don't say this.
3 left.
They don't say this in the adventure, but the way that you're supposed to balance this adventure is that you need to raise a bunch of money for charity in exchange for making your DM give you advantage on stuff.
They don't tell you this, but it's the only way.
It's a special charity adventure. That's the only way to get through it. So Duke Thalambra, big deal saving throw. Here we go.
14. You need
This
a
is 14. She's got disadvantage. Survey says 10. She gets a 10. So she's like struggling. You can see her lock eyes with you. She can't move. And she sees you coming towards her with this glowing sword. So Sorovo, we cut back to you in the other hallway. The bearded devil is like right about to jump on you. What are you going to do?
All right, I've got 1 first level spell slot.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to. What do we got in this? What do we got? Is it illusion time? I think it's illusion time. All right. Create the image of an object, a creature, or some other visible phenomenon that is no larger than 15-foot cubes. This image appears at a spot within range and lasts the duration. The image is purely visual, isn't accompanied by sound, smell, or other answers.
What are you going to?
Looney Tunes it, make a wall.
But yeah, like that's the obvious one. But then as soon as it goes through it, it will get it will see. It's got to be something that's like confusing that it will waste a turn because that's the only way I can get away.
Yeah. So this barb devil was conjured by Odious to kill the intruders. So that is what it is attempting to do. That is its priority.
Okay. So on the spot, as it like reaches to claw at me, I cast the spell, and the image I put in this 10-foot square is a second version of myself that falls to the ground and dies. And I run across the other end.
So he's going to see you split into two, though, right? Like, he sees you cast the spell, and then there's two of you.
Control the whole thing. Create the image of an object. Oh, I can't change the... I thought I could change the whole 10-foot square. No, that's no good. That's no good.
Yeah.
What object?
What I hope for in the other hallway is that Fanthamper, she just keeps failing her save, and Sather just chops her down like a tree.
Bodies her. Yeah.
Like for like a full 18 seconds, just hacking into her body, waiting for her to die.
Well, I'm gonna get automatic crits, so I'm gonna hope for the big money, right? Like,
yeah, totally. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try and trick it into thinking that I summon a bigger devil and shout, "Tell him to stop! I'm working for him as well." And then this big devil's going to appear and be like, "Oh."
Okay, all right, sure. They're going to summon a big devil.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to just do a quick token search for devil.
Yeah, big devil.
I wonder if anything comes up for big devil. Let's see.
Is there a token of Mr. Satan from Dragon Ball?
No results in the library for big devil. We'll just go with regular size devil. Mega Satan. All right, let's see what kind of cool devil. That's not a cool devil. Let's see what I can find here. Let's see here.
Yeah, would you like me to make some sort of check to think of a like relevant devil?
Yeah, I think devil type shit is covered by
Arcana, right?
Yeah, it'd be Arcana or religion. Yeah, I would say either one.
They're the same save for me, so it doesn't matter. Let's take an advantage if that's cool.
You want to use an advantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow, 18.
All
there
right.
Are 2 left.
Okay,
2 left.
You using your memory of some like forbidden pamphlets and what have you, right? Wood carvings and your own natural creative brain, you conjure up a scary devil. And I guess the idea here is, what do you want to you want to trick the devil into thinking what exactly?
I want to, because I know the devils are very hierarchical. I want it to look like I'm summoning this devil.
Yeah.
And I say,
convincing the other devil to go away.
Yeah, it's like this is my devil. This is the one that's in control. Now you've got to stop because he's higher rank than you or something like this, but he's smarter than I am.
So you're just summoning a scary demon or a devil to be like, look, I can summon devils too.
It's more like this one outranks you, and that one works for me. Therefore, by transitive property, if he could beat you up, I can beat you up. So you're not allowed to fight.
The fact that it is taking you so long to explain it to me means that in a 6-second round, all he's going to think is, hey, a different, bigger demon.
So's Robo is 19 intelligence. I am like 13, 14.
So he doesn't understand anything you say. All the Barb Devil can perceive is you cast a spell and then a demon appeared, or a devil appeared. None of the other subtext is really going to translate. But what do you make that devil like? Well, if you want it to look like it's
alternate reality choice, Dave. Summon a demon, and then the unholy fucking anger of devils versus demons kicks in.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
also
your goal is just to have it essentially sack at least one turn,
turn,
so that
yeah.
you can get away, because then it'll put you ahead of it.
Yeah. If you summon, because with an 18, you would know about this
The
blood war
yeah.
situation.
Yeah, all right. We'll put out like a Baldur or a something like
Like
that.
a Abishai or a pit fiend or whatever, like something that's
something
clearly a demon. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That sounds good.
That's a better idea. Thanks, everyone.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
All right.
I'm gonna hope in that case. I'm putting it on top of like
Where do you want it
yeah,
to be?
and then
right up.
hopefully it will be so shocked that it decides not to take an attack of opportunity against me. I'm winking. I'm not very good at it.
It hasn't even had time to process really, so it is gonna take an attack on you. Yes.
Okay, because I'm gonna move away. Is it too greedy of me to take another one? What do you reckon?
I would like some for the further murdering of
you are going to need them to
Van
murder the
Vamper,
shit out of Van
Can I
Vamper, yeah.
use Miffles as one? Because Miffles doesn't actually.
That's true.
do
Miffles has one.
If Miffles wants to give
Miffles
you
has
even
one.
rest in temporary peace, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Miffles is going to give me, well, give it disadvantage.
Somewhere in
Miffles.
temporary cat familiar heaven, Miffles plays their sick harp, and you're gonna give
Just a paw comes out of a tiny portal and just bats it in the head.
so disadvantage on the claw attack.
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah, it's like the idea behind the summoning. That is good. So if you hadn't spent that, I would have crit you. So I got a 9 instead, and I missed. There you go. Yeah, the idea was good, but I don't think a 6-second round was enough to communicate this to that devil.
No, absolutely. That makes sense.
Sathra, you have at least one round of wailing on Philandra Van Thamper as hard as you can.
I hex Duke Philandra Van Thamper for that extra D6 sweetness.
Okay, all right.
And then I walk up to her and I wail her with a great sword. So let's see how this goes, I guess. So we're at advantage.
You have advantage, yep.
19.
Okay. All right. That's a great question. Is hold person concentration? It is.
Oh,
so
it
you
is?
can't,
Okay, I don't hex.
You can't
then.
hex. Yeah.
I don't hex. Sorry, I'm just
That's
like,
all right.
yeah.
So you have advantage. You get a 19, you hit.
And
is it an auto crit if you?
It is an auto crit.
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
So I'm just gonna roll the extra damage.
Another 2d6.
Whoa!
Woo!
24 damage.
God damn! That's a good roll. The first roll, okay, so you rolled 4d6. 3 of them were 6s. You would have an 18 and a stat.
I'd have an
if you're
18
rolling
and a
stats.
stat block, yeah.
So you rolled a 1 and 3 6s. Then you get a +4, and another 1, so it's 24 damage total. Cool. All right. Yeah. So you wail into her. She like makes a sound of pain through her teeth.
I could Hexblade's Curse plus 2 damage instead because it isn't concentration.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
That's fine.
So
Yeah.
plus 2. Then.
Another 2 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Great. Rat. There's a demon, and then a bigger demon that just showed up.
I mean, I'm running, right?
Yeah. Okay. Scrambling your little paws.
Did it make an attack of opportunity on Sosorovo?
It did. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, it doesn't
Wouldn't
know
they
you're.
already
It never
do
saw
that?
you turn into a rat, so
Yeah,
it just
but
thinks you're a rat.
You're the GM.
No. In this
so-
case, this devil doesn't know where you are. It can't see you.
Okay.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. That's as far as I
Okay.
get.
Little rat scrambles. Okay. All right. Which is different from rat scramble. Don't order that at the bar. Okay. You're good. Okay. All right. The cultists continue to faff around.
I love them. They're my favorite cultists.
So again, we cut back to the cultists. Yeah, we cut exactly. So there's one cultist. All the other cultists are like running around grabbing stuff. One cultist looks down, looks into the footlocker. We see his bare feet, and we pan up his legs to his Bruce Willis-y face.
Bruce Willis.
It's Bruce Willis. And we see him reach down into his footlocker, or reach down into his bed, pull out his curved dagger, stand up, look at the other cultists, nod once, and then run off barefoot around the corner. So I'm gonna make one cultist the special Bruce Willis cultist.
Bruce Willis cultist.
So let's give him the muscly arms one. There you go. Okay, so this is the Bruce Willis cultist. The other
Finds a
cultist
wand of magic missiles. No, I have.
So they're doing this. There's more shouting about the secret door. I think I'm gonna make an intelligence check for these cultists. Give me a second.
You're gonna see the demon and be like, "Bah!"
So okay, they got an 18. All right, so here's what happens. We hear more shouting. Someone is like, "How do you open the secret door again?" And I was like, "I don't know. It's a switch or something." And so they're all like bouncing around, and one is like, "I got it," and they hit a button, and you hear the sound of sliding, and there's stuff going on. They're all still tangled up doing that. And then Odious continues to flee in terror. So what's the deal, Bryn, for running away from you? It's like once he can't see you, he can stop, or is it just
it lasts for 1 minute. Each fiend or undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. If it
once
fails,
it triggers, he just runs
turned
away.
for 1 minute or until it takes damage.
It's interesting because
spend its turn trying to move as far away from you as it can, and it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you. It also can't take reactions for its action. It can use only dash action or try to escape from an event that prevents it.
So I think now he just runs into the corner and cowers because now
if it runs out of space to run,
he can't get further away from you. So he just stops, right? He hits the wall.
And really try and like dig at the wall. Like...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, far away from you as it can. And that's the thing is like it would, if there was a way to get further away that he knew about, he would move laterally and then that way, but he doesn't. So he just stops here.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And then scrambles at the wall. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Well, the thing is, he's at the corner. He could run down the hall, but that's not like, I guess it's still technically further away because of a diagonal, right? Like,
yeah, the hypotenuse.
No, it's not, because this is Dungeons and Dragons. So moving along, no, it's not. Yeah, moving along the hallway does not move him further away from you. He stops moving. Technically, that's it. He stops here because the distance to him in a straight line this way is the same as the distance in a straight line that way, even though it covers like clearly more distance, right? Now, if he runs this way and then that way, then it's further in time, but it's not physically further away.
So this is like a Doom situation where if you move diagonally and forward,
that's right, you're way faster.
You're technically moving faster. Yeah.
That is the rule. It's further. It's further in distance. Further in distance, not further in time. So he stops. Okay. All right. The barbed devil. I'm gonna say this. This will take up his full turn. But here's the thing. He's got a real easy way to figure out this is an illusion. He attempts to make telepathic contact with the demon. The demon can't respond because it's an illusion. And then he turns like, you tricked me for a round. Fuck you.
All right, fair enough.
Right, because it's a first level spell. I think it buys you a turn. He can't.
Yep.
I think that's fine. Okay, so here we go. This is the most important roll. Can Duke the Lammervan
Disadvantage.
All right, okay. So can the Duke break out?
Is this the last one?
Can the Duke break out of the spell holding her?
We have another one.
You know what? We're gonna answer that question next time.
Oh my God, no!
We're gonna find out next time.
Adam, there's so much at stake.
Can the Lammervan break the hold person spell and fight Sathra in the glorious art of fisticuffs? Or will Sathra begin chopping her down like a big old tree?
Tune in next time for the snake versus the Duke.
That's right, exactly. Here, I'll put on my echoey voice. Tune in next time. So next time we will find out whether or not the characters are able to, like the mighty lumberjacks of the Canadian wilderness, hack down this lady or not. So in the meantime, if you want to see everybody complaining about their horrible dungeon master on Twitter, you can do that. I'll let everybody here tell you where to go to watch them complain about me. Starting with my favorite griper, Distracted Elf.
Oh, I'm your favorite griper.
You gripe better than anybody.
You know, you have a lot of gripers, so
I do. Yes.
I take that very personally.
You are probably the saltiest person that I play role playing games with.
What? The saltiest one? No way you play on roleplay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you and JP are like pretty close.
I was gonna say play with JP. I didn't.
The problem. So here's the thing. Your saltiness level is on average considerably higher than JP's, but his spikes higher than yours.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
Please.
Okay. Hi, I'm Distracted Elf. You can find me at twitch.tv/DistractedElf or on Twitter at DistractedElf, where I gripe about stuff, I guess. I don't really on Twitter, but it's cool because just come on by to my stream where I'm definitely not salty ever.
Excellent. Cool. We will go. Let's go around this way. So Blue Jay over there. Go next.
It's me, Blue Jay. You can find me at twitch.tv/BlueJay or on Twitter at BlueJay_712. I wrote the first couple of entries into November's journal. I finished Makaria's journal. She was very upset and decided to wander around in the dungeon of the Mad Mage by herself.
She's gonna 1v1 Halaster.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
The thing is, you can't 1v1 Halaster because he's not in the dungeon of the Mad Mage. He changed his name and identity. He's Phalaster now.
Right.
So
good. But yeah, that's gonna be coming up this week. So, and it's got some backstory as to why exactly this icy cold tiefling is in Baldur's Gate to begin with. So
excellent.
Be a fun time.
Cool. Thank you. Down below Blue Jay is Dave. Dave, take it away.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming by and hanging out in chat. This was a really fun episode again. If you'd like to follow my stuff, you can follow me on Twitter at Dave_the_human, where I did a little tweet that I would appreciate if you check that out and you watch my personal stream stuff that I have done. I'm trying to work out what people want me to do so I don't have to decide for myself. So if you could comment on that and tell me what to do, then I might be more motivated to do it. Yes.
Excellent. I find those kinds of like feedback from the audience really helpful when people are like, you should play this game. I'm like, I don't know. And then I look at it, I'm like, yes, I should. You're right. This is the kind of game I should play. Cool. Rounding out the team, last but not least, brave wall of divinity and steel, Bryn Oram.
When I'm not getting knocked unconscious by bearded devils, you can find me at Random Tuesday on the internet. It's a common thing that happens. I'm a cosplayer. I make cosplays. If you're going to be at Geek Girl Con this weekend in Seattle, let me know because I will be there and it will be lovely to meet you in the real human flesh as opposed to the digital non-human flesh. Alternatively, you can find me at Random Tuesday on Twitch and Twitter as well as on Patreon. I have cool cosplay photos and also I have a RPG totally legally distinct from Steven Universe that you can check out on Itch.io.
You should. It's
legally distinct.
Very legally distinct. It is. Yes. It's about jewels.
I used a different font.
Yeah, yeah, right. It's an adjacent font. It's fine. Cool. Well, that's it. That's our episode of Roll20 Presents Descent into Avernus. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. I think we're good for next week. Yeah. We'll figure it out. We'll tweet about it. We always do. You can find my stuff on Twitter at Skinny Ghost and on Twitch, twitch.tv/Adam Coble. Important things for this week. Tomorrow, I'm doing GM prep on my channel for Wednesday morning's show. Normally here on twitch.tv/D&D. Normally we do an episode of Jace, Bellerin Must Die, our Ravnica D&D game. But we're doing a 3-part mini-series set in Eberron. So we're going to do some Eberron stuff. If you think I'm going to be able to get through all 3 episodes without making some kind of clever tongue-in-cheek reference to 8, you would be wrong. I do not have that willpower. But tomorrow morning, I'm going to be prepping for that. And then Wednesday, that'll be the first episode. It'll be 3 3-hour episodes. Definitely go check those out. That is it for us. This has been Roll20 Presents Descent into Avernus. Thank you for coming. We will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.